Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, guys. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful morning? I'm coming. Good morning, Joshua. Good morning, Jeffrey. How y'all feeling today? How you guys feeling today? How you guys feeling today? This morning so far. How y'all doing this morning so far? Joshua said first. I know that's right, Joshua. Clock it. How you guys feeling this morning? Let's see. How you guys feeling this morning? How y'all feeling this morning? How y'all feeling this morning? Little light music, light music. You feeling great? So listen, y'all. So I have a topic. Did y'all read the topic or y'all just hopped in the live? So this morning I'm just asking the question. Is therapy an option for you guys, or how do you cope with things in life? Is therapy an option for y'all? And how do you cope with things in life? I know sometimes if you're a little younger, you might not really think about that so much. But if you're a little bit older, like myself, you deal with things differently. So, for the people that's in here so far, is therapy an option for you? Is therapy an option for you? Or, and ask yourself, how do you cope with things? Just a conversation I want to have this morning because I myself, I've been to therapy before and I go back to therapy today. And I'm okay with sharing that. I'm okay with sharing that. I'm very open and I do not have a problem with sharing that at all. So I'm just curious if you're comfortable with talking about it. I understand if you're not comfortable, I get it. I get it totally. Good to have coping skills. Yes, be right. And welcome, be right. This is my first time seeing you here. Let me put my glasses on now. I don't want to when I have new people coming in, I have to talk to them. Hold on a second. Be right. Yes. Got to have coping skills. Absolutely be right. So if you don't mind sharing, be right. If you're still here, how do you cope? How do you cope? Is therapy an option for you? And if therapy is not an option for you, it's quite okay. Like for me, I didn't start going to therapy till I got a little older. So I appreciate, the parents that acknowledge if their kids need therapy. That's awesome because sometimes kids need therapy too. And therapy, yes, I go back today and I'm okay with sharing that. At 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be on, well, we're doing it through virtual today. But yeah, I go back today. Group meetings, yes. Okay, that's a great idea as well. I love that. I love that. I love to see that someone in here is open to therapy, and it's okay. It's okay. It's nothing wrong with it. I just curious that just curious if people are open, and if you're not open, how do you cope with things? Because sometimes we have to realize how we do cope with things, and is that healthy for us? The way that we choose to cope with things, is it healthy? Is that healthy for us? I don't know. We have to ask ourselves that sometimes, you know? Like I said, when you younger, you don't really think about things like that. But baby, after you go through life things, thank God for therapy, right? Thank God for therapy, right? And just slowing down, relaxing. Trevor Phillips said, "You seem to struggle with simple tasks." Me? Trevor, do you know me personally? Are you a therapist? Are you trying to? I mean, Trevor. Please explain to me, Trevor. Do you know me personally or something? Like I don't know. You're telling me what I struggle with. I'm so confused. But okay, Trevor. But make sure you guys like the live. Tap the screen as you come in. Tap the screen as you come in. If the tapping the screen does not work, there's three dots at the top right, and that does let you like the live, y'all. I just stopped getting high. 10/18, 2023. So I'm recovering. So you hit. Oh, be right. I'm happy to hear that. And that was your way of coping. Is that was your way of coping? You acknowledged. If that was your way of coping and you acknowledged that and you took a hold of that, I certainly love that for you. I love that for you. Be right. I love that for you. Be right. I love that for you. I love that for you. And then for me, even if you were still doing it, it's no judgment for me at all. Listen, I'm all about being authentic and we talk here. From me, you get no judgment, okay? Whatever it is you was doing. Thank God though you acknowledged that and you took a hold of that and now you're dealing with it. You know it takes some people so long to deal with their personal struggles. It takes some people so long to deal with their personal struggles. So I'm happy. I can't. I wish I could write in the comments, but shout out to you for that. Shout out to you for that. And maybe I don't know how many people are around you, and maybe people around you watch how you dealt with things, and they can learn from that. So I had to change people, places, and things. Left that life, and you have to do that sometimes. And it's so hard for people to realize there might be people around you that's triggering you. Not saying the people around you is the reason why you're doing the things you're doing, right? But the people around you can be influenced by them to continue doing the things that you're doing, or it could be whatever. It could be whatever. It could be whatever. But listen, shout out to you for that. Be right. Shout out to you for that. Be right. It don't get no better than that. Acknowledging and making steps toward the change. Making steps toward the change. And then listen, I asked the question, but even if therapy is not for someone, that's fine. If they can find other now for us that believe in God, of course, first thing people are gonna say, I pray. Absolutely. If you believe in God or whatever higher power you believe in, um, if you do that, that's great. That's wonderful because I do the same. But there are things in place that can help us for a reason. There are things in place that can help us for a reason. So there's that. Be right. Listen, be right. I'm with you, right? But it's so many people that don't believe in therapy. They don't feel like therapy can help without even trying. Like if you try it and it didn't work for you, okay. If you try it and not just one time, you have to at least go to two or three sessions. If you try 2 and 3 sessions, right? If you try 2 and 3 sessions and you say, okay, this is not working for me, I gotta try something else. I get that. I get that, right? But don't say something don't work for you unless you've at least tried it, right? Unless you've at least tried it. That's all I'm saying. Religion okay, but yes, I agree. I agree with you, be right. But everybody has their different stance on it. I'm 44. I'm 44. 44 years old. I'm 44. How old do you be, right? If you don't mind sharing. You 42. Okay, see? Listen, and back when you were young, you wasn't thinking about anything about therapy, right? It's like sometimes after you go through a plethora of things, then you realize like, yeah, I need more help than me just doing whatever I feel like I'm doing to help me cope with things. So yes, I'm gonna all like prayer is gonna always be number one. Prayer for me is gonna always be number one, right? But there are things in place to help us. There are things in place to help us. Look, you know us as black folks therapy. Yes, exactly. You hit the nail on it. Yes. It was definitely taboo. Definitely taboo. Definitely taboo. Like it was not talked about. It was probably looked down upon. You get called if you need therapy. You are you crazy? No, that does not make you crazy. Jeffrey said therapy can help. Yes, Jeffrey. Hell no, I ain't doing no therapy. I ain't crazy. Right, 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 right. That was what it was. Listen, and then we we grow up and we learn what we grow up with, right? But we have to when we become adults ourselves, we have to think differently. And I know in some cases people don't. In some cases people don't. Yeah. People call you if you need no, that's not what that means. Like so like for me, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. For me, I don't like taking medicine that I don't like taking medicine, right? So that type of medicine because it don't mess you. I have done my research. It can in some occasion in some situations the medicine can make your mind worse than what it already is, right? So I have medicine. I'm gonna be honest. I have anxiety medicine, but I'm not taking it right now. I'm not taking it right now. Hold on a second. It's gonna be warm, warm in the 90s the rest of the week. Therapy medication. I refused at first. Damn, we on the same track every time you talk about a subject. I'm trying to say, typing this. Yes. Mm. But cause you know what I'm realizing, so many people be going through the same things that you and I are going through. You'd be surprised. Even though I know hindsight, I'm not the only one going through it, right? But interacting with people on a daily, when I'm live streaming and stuff, you find out you're you find out you're not alone. You find out you're not alone. I was taking medication to be right, but I still have it. I still have it, but I haven't took it in a while, and I was okay, right? I was okay, and but again, I start back my therapy session. They'll probably tell me start back taking that medication. Start back taking that medication, but let me talk to my therapist first. I guess you could say I'm trying not to take it, but I may need it. I may need to start back taking it. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm trying not to take it. I'm trying not to take it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't want to take it, but I may have to start back taking my medication. Mhm. I may have to, but The only thing about the medication is I'm from Memphis. I went the streets at Real Street. So I had to really believe in the. I love that for you. Be right. I love that for you. I love that for you. I love that for you. Be right. Be right. You are not alone. Be right. Be right. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel and watch my other content. I deal with listen, I've been dealing with depression for a while and I talk about it on my channel. I talk about it on my channel. I talk about it on my channel. So subscribe to my channel, be right, and just look at my other content just so you know you're not alone. I know by now you know you're not alone. I know you know by now you're not alone. There's so many of us that deal with it on different aspects, but because you said you were really in the streets, so I know yours is probably on a, you probably, deal with a lot, seen a lot, and deal with a lot. But congratulations to you, be right, because I can't even imagine. Like, I wasn't a street, ninja, but I can't imagine. I can only imagine, man. So shout out to you for that, Lazarus. Please take care. Yeah, absolutely, Lazarus. So Lazarus, let me ask you. I'm asking people as they come in. Lazarus, is therapy an option for you? And if not, how do you cope with things? How do you cope with things? If you don't mind sharing, because this is a thing. If you don't want to share that, that's fine. But I'm just asking the question. Look, you got a friend. Just relax. Yesterday they had. Look, you got a friend. Relax. Yesterday they had 5 years sober. That is amazing. Oh no, you said they relapse. I'm sorry. You would say, oh man, be right. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry. 5 years. 5 years. I'm so sorry. Be right. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm praying for your friend, okay? Wow. Steve Hurley, good morning, Steve Hurley. How you feeling? Steve, so the topic this morning is therapy an option for you? And if therapy is not an option for you, Steve Hurley, how do you cope with life? And I'll add one on. Do you believe in therapy? Do you believe in therapy? Some people don't. So people can really use, yes, be right. Yes, they really can. I mean, just knowing that you're not alone can help. Because some people will view themselves as something is wrong with them if they need the extra help. And it's nothing wrong with you if you need help. I've never done therapy as in professional, but the right words at the right time is therapy. Okay, so if that, Lazarus, if that works for you, that's perfectly fine. Lazarus, if that does help you, that's perfectly fine, Lazarus. But the fact that you do acknowledge that you need those words is good too. Lazarus, the fact that you acknowledge that you need those words is good too. And that those words did help you, that's good too. That's real good, Lazarus. That's actually awesome, actually. So the fact that that you know, hold on, y'all. I don't really like my daughter being in the camera like that. Yeah, we're able to. Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna have to get some more of those. Even though it's medicine. Yeah, it really is. Like I'm gonna get you some regular ones. I'm gonna get you some regular. I think so. Yeah, I'm gonna get you some regular ones. You still in the? You still behind me? Cause today this is the internet. I don't really want you in the camera. If you pop in every now and then, that's fine. But I don't really want you in the camera. You have to understand that, okay? I don't cope. Okay. Steve says I don't cope with life. Life copes with me. And I believe therapy can be a great tool for some, but will not work for all. I personally feel I don't need a therapist, but I may make others need. What, Steve? Steve, you are funny, but listen, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. You do what works for you. Steve, do you now you said life copes with you. That's different, Steve. What do you mean by that, Steve? What do you mean life cope? Like you don't. Are you feeling like you don't let nothing get to you at all? I got so many ideas and ways to help others. I just don't know where to start. Helping others is therapy too. Yes, be right. Are you a content creator? You'd be surprised. Are you on any other platforms talking about this? Be right says, Steve, you got close friends. I've always lifted through others' words. I've been through so much and I handle it as positively as possible. Lazarus, you have been through a lot. I know a little bit of your story because you've talked about it. And do what do what works for you, Lazarus. If that works for you, that's fine. The fact that you do acknowledge it though is a great thing. The fact that you do acknowledge it is a good thing though. Good morning, good looking. How you feeling? How you feeling? Good looking. How you feeling this morning? So good looking. If you wanna engage in the conversation, if you saw my title, oh, you're in Indonesia. Okay, okay. Welcome from Indonesia. It is what it is. Sometimes I'll keep working while the building is on fire type person. Life goes on with or without us. So try to keep that's what happened to me, Steve. Steve, that was my problem. I kept the ball rolling, 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 right? And 4 years ago, everything came crashing down on me. So for me, Steve, I had to take extra measures to help myself mentally. And I acknowledge that. Sometimes when we keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, and don't take time for ourselves mentally, it can come crashing down. It can. It might not happen to everyone, but it can. Because the reason why I say it can because it happened to me. No, I just haven't jumped into it because I don't even know where to start. And I understand that. I understand that. Like me here on YouTube, I'm trying to find different things to talk about because I'm more of a blogger type person. I don't do um I don't do like vlogs that much, but I live stream a lot. So I just want to talk about things that I'm going through. So that's why I'm here talking about this now. I felt like I've been at the top of the top and the bottom of the bottom. I will get back up. Yeah, me too. Me too, Steve. Same for me. Oh, you still to that? Hold on, y'all. All right, y'all. Sorry, I'm back. My daughter's getting ready for school, so of course I have to have intermissions in between. But yeah, Steve, listen, I agree with that too, Steve. Listen, we keep going, we keep going, we keep going. But for me, it crashed down on me. So now I deal with things different. I deal with things different. I know I stay positive despite everything, but also know that my sister is a see. So you have someone in your life that's perfect. She's always secretly up. Lazarus, that is amazing. I love that. I love that for you, Lazarus. Be right. Everyone just don't have that. It factored Steve got, and people would pay for that knowledge. I was going to say black out because she walked by again. I know. Thank you, Lazarus, for that. Thank you, Lazarus. Be right said, "What's your cash app?" It's in my description, but my thank you, Be right. My cash app is CHSTYLE, and you'll see my picture. But thank you so much. I appreciate that. If you send me a cash app, I appreciate that. Be right. but but yeah, yeah, y'all. I just want to talk about that this morning because I start talking to my therapist again today at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm excited because I acknowledge that I need that extra help. I acknowledge that I need that extra help. So Yeah. I acknowledge that I need that extra help, and I have to do what works for me, right? But I love seeing the different opinions and the different ways that other people deal with and cope with things. I love that from Steve. I know B Wright said therapy, yes. Lazarus has a sister. So Lazarus, I don't know if you know how blessed you are, Lazarus. You are really blessed to have a sister who can help you with your coping. You are so blessed to have a sister who can help you with your coping. So yeah, that is the ultimate blessing, Lazarus. I love that for you, actually, Lazarus. I love that for you. Cause listen, for those of us who don't have that, listen, we it get to a point where we need that extra help. But so y'all, as you come in, make sure you like the live, tap the screen, and if you don't see the title, it is. I know some people. Sometimes I don't pay attention to the title either. Sometimes if I see somebody live, I just go into live. So the title is therapy an option for you? And whether yes or no, how else do you cope? And if you don't go to therapy, and if therapy is not an option, I definitely want to know, how do you cope? And how do you deal with life situations? The only thing I don't like about therapists is because some try to control the story when you. Yes. Okay. You're absolutely right. I love a therapist who actually just sit there and listen. There are, you're right. You are right. I just want you to listen to me some, just listen to me vent, because at the end of the day, like, you went to school for this. Let me vent. Let me get out everything I need. I just want to just lay it out to you. Lay it out to you. Let me vent. Don't try to um just jump in as I'm talking. Don't while I'm talking. Please don't just jump in. Nothing wrong with needing extra help. Okay, Laz, do your sis be 100 with you? Oh, that's a good question. Nothing wrong with needing extra help. This is a problem with not getting extra help when you know you need it. Yeah. Proud of you for taking the extra steps for it. Thank you, Steve. Yes, and I'm happy for myself that I was able to realize and understand that the things that I was doing to cope was not working for me at all. So, shout out. Let me pat myself on the back for that. And so that I don't go down that so I don't go down that back to where I was. That's why I start back therapy today, and I'm okay with that. Lazarus says that's why I was in. Hold on, let me see if I missed somebody. Okay, that's why I was in Ohio the other week, because she was graduating for the fourth time. Doctorate, nowhere higher to go. Congratulations to your sister, Lazarus. To go, I'm finished with graduation gifts and trips. Lazarus, shout out to your sister for the education. Hello, Yums. Queen, great rising sis. However, it is 6 a.m. You up early? Yes, Queen. So, Queen, I'm curious to know how you deal. Well, I think I might already know the answers to your. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Queen, my title is therapy an option for you? And if not, or if it is, how do you cope with life? Queen, let the people know how you cope with life situations when you're feeling stressed, um when you feel like what you're doing to cope is not working. What extra do you do to cope with life, Queen? That's the conversation we're having this morning. Can I ask some questions? Hold on. Give me a second, good looking. Okay, we're having a good conversation right now, good looking. If you want to tap into this conversation, good looking, please do that. But you can is it about therapy, or is it about what we're talking about, good looking? Yes, she is very blunt and doesn't hold back. If I'm in the wrong, I will hear it. Love and light to the chat from Queen. It's even more important because you're a mother. Yes, Steve. So that's what I'm saying. My kids, I have to. If I'm not well, how are my kids gonna be well? If I'm not well, how are my kids gonna be well? And I had to acknowledge that. If I'm not well, how are my kids gonna be well? How are you, sister? I'm wonderful, Yums. Yums. I know you from we're having a conversation right now, Yums. So the conversation is therapy an option for you? And if it is or if it isn't, how else do you cope with life situations? When life like comes crashing down on you, how do you deal with that? Good morning, Q. Q, I think if you've already heard what we're talking about, if you want to engage in the conversation, please do. Morning, everyone coming in. Thank you, Lazarus. Monique. If you want to engage in the conversation, you can this morning. I'm asking, is therapy an option for you? And if it is or if it's not, how do you cope? On the plantation listening. Thank you. So you just listen to Q? Yes, we're having an awesome conversation this morning. For $30 an hour, I will listen to all your problems and tell you the other side is in the wrong message before consultations. Steve is hilarious, y'all. Steve is hilarious. Yeah, I ain't ashamed to say I do therapy intensively and take meds. Without this, I would not be this far alone in sobriety. And be right, I am so happy for you. Again, we know we told you were one of the first people in the chat. I'm so happy for you, and I love that for you. I love that for you. I really do. I feel the best therapist. Q, listen, absolutely. You're absolutely right. But sometimes people even need help to realize that. Q, sometimes you may not need help to realize that. But Q, sometimes some of us need help to realize that. Some of us need help to realize you have to love yourself first. Some of us need that extra step. Some of us need that extra step to understand we are like you need to love yourself first for everything else to, go accordingly, go accordingly in your life. I don't think anyone knows you better than you know yourself. Self-love, tune in, and meditation is the best therapy. Just be yourself, nobody else, Crystal. Absolutely. I'm gonna continue be listen. Joshua, if one thing I'm not gonna do is be myself, baby. Yes, but yeah, what Q said, Q, yes, meditation may work for some people. Meditation is some things some people need. Some of us need the extra help. Again, I start back talking to my therapist today. And I'm okay with saying that. Therapists may not be an option for some. That's why I'm asking the question. I'm just curious. Some people are like, yes, I go see a therapist and that's just what it is. And some people are like, no, I don't see it. I don't believe in therapists or therapy is not for me. And that's perfectly fine. We're all different. Good morning, Rails of Mass. How you doing? Some people are actually imbalanced chemically and need medication. Others just need a conversation. Both are fine. There we go, Lazarus. There we go, Lazarus. Lazarus, I like that. I like that you said that. Because that's true. Some people are actually imbalanced chemically and need medication. Others just need a conversation. Both are fine. There we go. I really, really love that. Let me pin that. Let me pin that. All right. So I just pinned your message because I definitely agree with that. Either way is fine. It's whatever works for you. I currently don't need therapy. I feel the best way for me to cope with things is just distance myself from people. Oh, hold on. Yeah, Monique, you saying something there. Things just distance myself from people and things that cause me stress. So listen. So my boy B Right was just talking about that. My boy B Right was just saying that one of the things that he did have to do was get away from all the stuff that was, not helping him. And yes, you have to do that. You if you're around people or things that's not helping your situation, you're gonna have to, yeah. Monique, you hit that one on the nose too. That's right. I'm Steve. I've been here. Ha ha ha. Oh, Steve, this your other This your other channel? Hi, the Rails of Mass. Hi, Monique. You might have told me that before, Steve. It's okay to see a therapist, but is this someone you really trust to understand and tell you the right thing? Somebody therapists out there are just in it for the money. I even though I agree with you, Q. Listen, that last part, I definitely agree with because you can't. No, it's a lot of people that's not trustworthy, right? But also, if you're trying to talk to someone around you, if you're a person who talks to people that's around you, or try to vent to people that's around you, they may not really understand what you're going through. Therapists are educated to understand what you're going through. So for me, I'd rather talk to, for me now, I'd rather talk to a therapist than the people around me because they may not, they may not understand. Like I said, and you said meditation, that's wonderful too. Meditation is definitely a way to help you cope. Again, it ultimately at the end of the day, it's what works for you. It's for me, it's no judgment on how you choose to deal with what you're dealing with in life mentally. But don't forget, like Lazarus said, some of us we get chemically imbalanced in our brain. Q, for you, if you did that, if that did not happen for you, that is a blessing, brother. Trust me, it's a blessing. Okay, talk text, but you get it. Yes, Monique, I definitely get it. Aussie, Aussie, hello, my friend. By the way, opioids, perks, 4 bars, and pills was my. I lost a day one to the streets and dope, so I stopped with me stopping. I had to leave the streets completely. I had to learn how to live. Be right, yes. And be right. I'm so glad you're here today. Thank you for coming in today because your situation is definitely, people should understand in your situation, like even in my situation, I was in the streets, but listen, I was deep down depressed, so I needed therapy, right? But in your situation, you've seen so many things. You've seen so many things which could probably cause PTSD. Um, it's so many different levels to it. That sometimes meditation may not work. Meditation may not work for some of us, right? We may get to a point where meditation can work for us, but in the beginning of whatever we're going through, meditation just may not work. So we have to get to that point where meditation works. So that's why there are things in place to help, some of us. Oh, thank you for the gems and purple hearts, Aussie, Aussie. I appreciate you. Steve said yes. Hey Joshua, I have never went to therapy. I will say that it could be an option. However, I do self therapy where I do shadow work and I talk it out with myself in journal. And see, Queen, I love that. And if that works for you, Queen, that's wonderful. I love that for you, Queen. We're just having a conversation here. It's not um I love seeing the different ways people can cope and what does help them and what works for them. I love that. I love that. But to be technical, we all in therapy right now on your live, so we all can talk to each other about what's going on and try to come. Oh, I like that, Q. Yes, some people may be getting therapy right now. You're absolutely right. That's why we love live streaming because you just never know how you can help people. Can advice also be meditation method? Yes, you can get it because when you go to therapy, even if you don't go to therapy, if you talk to other folks that can maybe help you, you get advice. So when you go to therapy, after they listen to you, they do give you advice. When you go to therapy and after they listen to you, lay everything out, they give you advice. Hello, everyone in the chat. I am Talk Texas, so excuse any typos. It's okay, Q. People, if you see a therapist, please tell them the full story. Oh, clock it. You can't listen. You cannot go to a therapist and be lying to the therapist about everything. You can't. You got to tell them everything. Rails a mass. You're right. But thank you for pointing that out. You have to tell them everything. If you tell things in a light where you take no responsibility and have it wrong, you will never get the help. Yes, you have to take accountability for everything you feel like you did wrong in a situation. Your part, once you acknowledge your part, yes, the rails a mass. You're right. You cannot go to therapy and not tell the full story, right? You cannot. I meditate and evaluate, and I agree with Q about self love, and I agree with you where some people need to be able to learn how to get to that space of self. Yes, yep, that's what I'm saying. I'm loving all. I'm loving a lot of what everybody is saying because guess what? It all intertwines in one, right? It all intertwines in one at the end of the day. Sometimes you can get a recorder, vent, speak it, then sit in the corner, listen to it, and think about what exactly you said. I like that, Q. For the folks that don't really care to go to therapy, that's a good idea, Q. Oh, okay, I got it. Good morning, Queen. Good morning. Oh, you're talking to Queen Aussie. Self care, self reflection, music, and time alone. Music, Aussie, Aussie, yes, but self care for sure, self reflection for sure, and music. I love music. Good morning, journey of my life. How you feeling this morning, journey of my life? We're talking about is therapy an option for you when going through things, or if not, or if so, how else do you cope with life situations, journey of my life? How do you cope? How do you cope? Getting high was a part of like getting dressed. So once you bypass the sickness, illness part, you had to get mental help. Yes, especially after. That's why I'm saying be right. After that, be right again. Let me just point out your situation for the ones that's coming in. You talked about it in the chat, like you were in the streets real, real heavy. So for you, it's very different. Like it's very different. Um, you've seen a lot of things. You've done a lot of things. And again, let me congratulate you again for making that change. That's not easy. Being in the streets heavy, and you said in Memphis, Tennessee. Be right. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you, brother, for acknowledging and really understanding that you needed that help. And you needed that extra help to help you get away from that. And you took yourself away from those situations. And as Q was saying, you took accountability and you acknowledged your part in it and you got away from it. And I love that for you, be right. Like done. Thank you, Journey. Everybody want to be a victim, not me. A victim. No, you can't be a victim. You have to take accountability. You have to acknowledge your part in what you did, to get yourself to the place where you're at, to have to need that extra help. And rails of mass, for some of us, we don't want to be victims. Now, let me say that. Nobody, well, me, I don't want to be no damn victim. Because that's why I acknowledge what I have going on in my life, and I'm taking the extra step to get the help. You have to find a main thing you trying to hide inside and deal with it. That is true. That is true. The journey of my life, I'm good. You just got up. You just got up. Good morning, Journey. Journey of my life. Thank you for the hearts. Steve Good. Good morning to the chat and Maj Chip. So everyone just coming in, we are having a conversation. If you want to engage, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to, because some people don't like talking about certain topics, right? So the title, I don't know if y'all saw the title. The title is therapy an option for you? And if not, how do you cope? If not, how do you cope with life situations? These people will lie so much they start to believe in themselves. It's wild. Some people do lie. Some people do lie, Steve. But some people really do go through a lot of things in life, Steve. I don't know. Do you? Some people go through a lot of things in life, Steve, and it's just some people lie. Some, not everybody. Thank you for the purple hearts. Village food season. How you doing, Village food? How you doing, Village food season? Good morning, Chip. Village, let's go. The therapist will give you the paperwork and the steps to take. But at the end of the day, you have to absolutely Q. Absolutely. It's not a thing of, again, Q, when it comes to the therapy, if it's not for you, it's not for you, right? I'm going to therapy today. So there's that. If therapy is not for you, it's not for you. Okay? Therapy has helped me in the past, so I decided to come back to it. I decided to come back to it. And there's that. Hold on a second. Love you, Imani. Imani. Love you. Love you. Have a good day. Okay. All right, y'all. Another intermission. My daughter just left for school, so I had to do an intermission. Steve, bro. Good morning, Monique. I can't lie. I saw some shit when I dreamed. I just stayed up. Went to a doctor and he diagnosed me. But you ain't crazy. I don't need medicine. Be right. That's right. Be right. Listen. And again, be right. Shout out to you. Hey, Journey. Let's go, Steve, bro. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Juicy 300 and family. Lessons, are you locked in? People usually lie to cover their shortcomings. What is your response? I can't, for people that lie, that means they're not learning them. They have not learned themselves yet. Because as a grown ass adult, why are you lying to yourself about your part in whatever? Good looking. Listen, I am me, they are them. If you're a grown ass adult and you're still lying to yourself, that means you have not learned yourself yet. That's what that means to me. That's what that means to me. If you're a grown ass adult, hold on, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. Give me 1 second. Okay, yeah, what I was saying is good looking. If you're a grown ass adult and you're lying, then you just don't know yourself that well yet. My life is literally a movie. You would never believe what I overcame. Lazarus, you talked about some of the things you overcame, Lazarus. Everybody else may not know, but Lazarus, you've been through a lot. Good morning, Juicy. Therapy is good. I'm not gonna knock that. Juicy 300 and family, thank you, Juicy 300 and family. I appreciate that. I use music in my shadow work. I've spoke on it several times on my. Yes, you have. That's why when you first came in, I was like, I want to get Queen's feedback on that. It definitely helps you reflect and release. Good morning, Locked In. Thank you for the hearts, Journey. Q says there is nothing wrong with therapy. Only thing I'm saying that they will give you the tools you need to get started, and then take some self medication and some self love to really get past it. Yeah, self love is number one. I 1000 agree with that. Learning yourself. That's why I was just telling good looking. If you're lying, literally lying about yourself, you don't love yourself. You have not really understood yourself yet. Figured out yourself. So yes, Q. Some people know they need medication but don't get it because it means admitting they need it. I get it. Let me tell you, like I was saying, I was on anxiety medicine. That's it. So for me, I didn't feel like the anxiety medicine was helping me. So you saying medication don't get it because it's me. No, I'm here. I'm on live with y'all admitting to y'all. For me, it's not that I didn't want to admit it. It's just for me, for myself, for the medicine. I didn't feel like I thought sometimes the medicine can make it worse. Do your research. The medicine can make it worse. So for me, I felt like the medicine was making me feel more depressed. The anxiety medicine for me was making me feel more depressed, y'all. So that was my reason for stopping. Me not admitting it, for me, that's not my case because I'm admitting it to y'all right now. And I didn't hide it from nobody. So for some people, yes, Steve. For some people, yes. For me, absolutely not. I can only speak for me when it comes to that. I can only speak for me when it comes to that. because it's not for me. It's not that I didn't want to admit it, because I'm admitting it to the whole world right now on my live stream. Yes, I was on anxiety medicine, but for me, the medicine, I'm trying to come out of depression. I don't want to be feeling worse than I was, you know? I don't want to be feeling worse than I was. And in some cases, it depends on how the medicine works for you. The medicine works different for everybody, y'all. Do your research on the medicine. Like, the medicine can definitely make it worse. Juice 300 family, right, right. Good morning. I am the center. How you feeling? I am the center. That's how us black folks are. Go to your church, pray sometimes. That ain't enough. Yeah, you right. YouTube over 40. Hey, YouTube over 40. Listen, y'all. YouTube over 40. The name of her channel is what caught my eye. The name of her channel is what caught my eye, because I was in my 40s when I started YouTube, and I used to feel like I was too old to start YouTube, and I was not. So YouTube over 40, y'all go check her out. She's spitting out some gems in there and on her channel, and I love what I'm seeing over there. Good morning, I'm the center. Ain't nothing wrong with therapy. You don't have to take medicine. That's good if people want to talk about things that they can't talk about things to other people. Yes, Juicy 300 family. Jay, good morning, Jay. Jay, so we're talking about a topic this morning. Jay, if you want to engage in it, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. It's not a force. Um, how do you feel about therapy, Jay? And if you don't really care too much for therapy, how do you cope? How do you cope with life situations, Jay? Medication therapy is like saying you're crazy, so we look down on it. Yeah, some people still do look down on it. Be right. We were talking about that when you first came in. Some people really still look down on it. But for the ones that, say, okay, therapy is fine for you, but everybody deals with things different. It is what it is when it comes to that. Some people will always look down on it. But for the ones that come in and say, therapy is fine, but this is the way I choose to deal with it, that's fine too. Hey, Sethi. Good morning, YouTube over 40J. Hey, Monique. Medication was a typo. I was saying meditation. Yeah. And meditation definitely works for some people. And that's good. Hey, Q from Jay. Good looking. So I self-medicated. I sold it. So I always kept. Didn't go through the usual addiction story because I kept it. It's just the illness in a whole. You can't win. Yes, it's really. Some people will never understand it really is an illness, y'all. And that's okay. If you don't understand it, that's okay. Thank God if you don't have to go through it yourself. Thank God if you don't have to go through it yourself. Sati, I know some people who are bipolar at the very least and more likely schizophrenic, yeah, I know people too. Steve, I know people too. So the fact that you're able to acknowledge you and you take those extra steps is a wonderful thing. That's why I like, for the people who do that, they're acknowledging that about themselves. Like, they want help. They want the help. Yeah, Juicy 300 and family. Same with my anxiety. After I had my baby, listen, most postpartum almost took me out. I am the center. I am the center. I don't know what it is about you and I, but we can relate. We can relate. After I had my last child is when it happened to me. Again, I've been going through life being strong, right? Going through all the things as we all do. We all go through things, but when things happen, we have to keep going, right? Right? We have to keep going after so many struggles, after so many traumas. We have to keep going, right? And for me, it happened. Everything came crashing down on me 4 years ago. And I had to take the extra steps to get the help. And that's just what it was for me. You said, okay, hey, Jay, getting help. That's the main thing. Right. Acknowledging that you need it. Acknowledging that you need the help. Taking accountability that you need the help. Taking accountability on your part and why you need the help. But I am the center. Some people will never understand that things as simple as having a baby can put you there. I don't think people understand. Like, well, some people, like men, I'm sorry, but you will never understand what we go through after having a baby. You will never understand what we go through after having a baby. And in some cases, it can be like really bad. In some cases, it can be like really bad. Okay. So yeah, sometimes it be cases where you can't even help but to get extra help because you need it. Look, y'all, listen, it's like you're not in control of your own body. You will have all the tools, right mindset, and all, but still get high. People really, really need help. Facts. Oh wow, I'm so sorry. Yeah, Juicy, I'm just bringing it up because we're talking about it. But yeah, I'm working on myself though. I've been working on myself for a while now, and I was doing fine. I was doing fine, Juicy, but I've acknowledged that hey, I need to listen. I start back talking to my therapist today, y'all. 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm okay with sharing that. I am perfectly okay with sharing that. It's no embarrassment over here. I acknowledged that I need the help. And for me, I'm choosing to take the therapy route again because it worked for me, right? I'm not saying I'm gonna be in therapy forever, but I'm starting there. I'm starting there. I'm starting there. I had to acknowledge that I need that for me. I need that for me, y'all. I've been going to therapy for 5 years. The pandemic messed me up mentally too. It messed a lot of people up. It messed a lot of people up. I just I just don't just go to therapy when I'm down. I continue to go good and bad. It's part of my healing journey. I am the center. Yeah, and guess what? You acknowledge that and you did what was best for you at the end of the day, right? Stash Cash, what's good, Stash Cash? Stash so the conversation this morning is therapy an option for you, Stash? And if not, how do you cope with life? How do you cope with life situations, life traumas? Or have you even acknowledged that you've been through traumas and things and that you may need the extra help? Like, do you meditate, Stash? Just curious to know if you don't want to engage in the conversation, you don't have to, but I'm just asking that question this morning, Stash. If you don't want to engage in the conversation, you don't have to, Stash. But I'm just curious to get different answers from people to see how they cope with things. That's right. Yes, I often experience sleep paralysis when I was little. So often I was able to overcome the symptoms. That's good. Good looking. That's good. And did it just stop, or did you get help? I'm curious. I tell everyone they need to go to therapy. It's a good tool slash resource for understanding another perspective of life. I am the center of a lot of people don't believe in it though. Not keep my circle small and pay attention to people energy. I'm pretty good at protecting my. That's good, Stash. If that's what works for you, Stash, that's what works for you. You physically hurt, mentally, you're not there. Your spirit is evil. So if you dealing with an addict, that's not your love. One, that's the addiction. Not giving them a way out, because no one forced. It's just hard. Yeah, be right. I agree with that as well. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, Jay. Okay, Jay, you're saying something good there. Everyone has their own way. Honestly, most situations has to do with procrastination and putting other people first. Right. If you continue putting other people first in your life, how are you gonna ever realize get your self love for yourself? I like that. I like that kiss from Jay. We have to run our lives and put ourselves first. Most trauma comes from other people. In some cases, yes. But Jay, as I am the center was saying, when it comes to having a baby and postpartum, if you have not experienced that, thankfully, no if you have not experienced that, that's a different type of situation. But there are a lot of situations like what you said. For some people, they put everybody else first in their life. They put everybody else first in their life, not focusing on themselves. That is one way to talk about that. Yes. But again, for some, it's a chemical imbalance, Jay. It's a chemical imbalance, Jay. And again, if you've never been through it, you would never understand. And I pray that you don't ever go through that because it's not fun and it don't feel good. Okay? It's not fun and don't feel good. Postpartum is a whole different situation. If you've never been through that situation, you will never understand. So it's different levels to it. It's different levels to it. It's different levels to it. Y'all right. It starts with trauma. Yeah, you have to acknowledge the trauma. Some people go through different traumas and never acknowledge it. Like they self-medicate. They do other things to try to act like it didn't happen. Um and again, I did that most of my life, y'all. I did that most of my life. Shit didn't start coming crashing down on me until I hit 40. And after I had my son at 40. So it's not like it's a situation where I was going through my whole life. I've always dealt with trauma and dealt with situations and kept going because that's what we're supposed to do, right? Life has to keep going no matter what. I'm very aware of that. But at the age of 40, baby, things was happening and shit just started crashing down and I couldn't handle it my normal way anymore. I couldn't handle it my normal way anymore. So I had to take steps to get the extra help. And I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. I'm actually proud of myself for acknowledging it and not just sulking in it, or I would still be there in that place, in that sunken place. And I didn't want to be in that sunken place no more. So me acknowledging it and realizing I needed the extra help, I got that extra help. I got that extra help. And I'm acknowledging now that I need that extra help. Oh. Oh. So yeah, y'all, I want to go. Thanks all. Thank you, good looking, for being here. I appreciate you. But yeah, everybody that's here talking, y'all have some great. I'm loving everything that everybody is saying because we all deal with things differently, y'all, and it's okay to have a healthy conversation about this topic. I respect I respect what everybody is saying. I respect what everybody is saying, y'all. But and thank y'all for y'all feedback. I appreciate y'all feedback. I appreciate y'all's feedback on this topic because listen, some people could be watching in the background and looking at. I love you too, Janae. Janae is texting me in the background. I love you too, Janae. I love you too, Janae. Janae is texting me, y'all. Bow Bow Squad is texting me, y'all. But I love everybody's feedback. I love what everybody is saying. Again, what I was saying is some people may be looking, that's the people that that don't like to really engage, but you never know what somebody is reading in the chat and they may take some of y'all pointers. They may take some of y'all's pointers, and I love that. You never know who you're helping, y'all. You never know who you're helping. Again, everybody don't want to go to therapy, and that's perfectly fine. And some people may be taking some of what some of y'all are saying, and they might start applying it to themselves when they're feeling certain ways and stuff like that. So I love that. I love that about this YouTube. I love that about YouTube. Self-medication I did 10/18/23 sobriety date. Congratulations. That doctor prescribed me pills 10 years ago. I refused. It's the medication they're giving me now. And guess what? You're doing what works for you. You are doing what works for you. I honestly feel like for me, the medication was making me worse. The anxiety medicine was making me feel more depressed. The anxiety medicine was making me feel more depressed, y'all. I don't want to be depressed no more. I want to be out of the depression. So I'm going to tell y'all something. To be honest, I feel like me coming on this platform has helped me because it gave me something different to do than my norm. Because y'all know YouTube is different. Some people look at social media as, oh my God, that's weird. Only us who are in this thing understand what it is. And it is a lot of us in it, thank God. We can all relate to that. Hopping on this platform, doing our thing. Like, we can all relate to that. Those of us who are YouTubers ourselves or content creators ourselves, right? But everybody don't understand it because they're not doing it. But I feel like it helped me in a lot of ways. No, ain't no feel like it did. I actually talked about that in one of my videos. Like YouTube has um helped me with my depression. YouTube has helped me with my depression. It really has. Juicy 300 fan, we appreciate you too. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that so much. But be right. The same medication one doctor tried to give me, and because of stigma and disbelief, I became an addict. Oh man, be right. Wow. See what I'm saying? And that happens, unfortunately. I'm happy you're at the place you're at now. I'm happy you're at the place you're at now. I'm happy to know that you're at the place you're at now. I love that for you. I love that for you. But thank God you got past that. And I really pray for your journey moving on, that you can stay on the consistent pace that you're at now when it comes to the medication and what you got going on. Cause you've been through a lot. Be right. The street you came from the streets of Memphis. Like that alone lets me know that you've seen a lot, done a lot. And for you to acknowledge again, you know, you had to get away from that and you had to take the extra steps. Be right. Listen, you say you don't know how to talk about it. You're talking about it right now. You have a story. You have a story, be right. You have a story, be right. Hey, a lot of people that are in your that was in or that are in the streets now might need to hear your story. A lot of people that are in the streets now might need to hear your story, and you never know if you can help just one person. That'll be great. If you can help just one person, that'll be great. You have a story. A street dude, and you done turned your life around. And if you were deep in the streets, like you know how many people you may help. You know how many people that you might help. She said, everyone, good morning. Thank you, V. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you so much. Really supportive conversation here. Love it. Thank you, YouTube over 40. Thank you, YouTube over 40. I appreciate you. YouTube over 40. I can't say how much I love your name, your channel name. That's the perfect channel name. YouTube over 40. Exactly. Because, baby, I thought that I was too old to start a YouTube channel. Okay. So YouTube over 40 is the perfect name. I love it. I love it. I love it. But you know what is hard to find. But you know what it is hard to find. It is. It's hard to find you. How is Memphis described to y'all? Let me be honest. I don't hear a lot of good things about Memphis. I don't hear a lot of good things about Memphis. However, I don't live there, but I know every place has good aspects. Every place has good aspects, but you always hear the bad about everything, right? Just like you always hear the bad about everything. So I'm not from there. I know there's good parts and good things about Memphis because I'm smarter than that to think that it's only bad things about Memphis. I just only heard bad things about Memphis. If you type in YouTube over 40, it brings up all the hashtags. Really? Really? Well, listen, you in my chat now, so maybe some people will head over to your channel, and then you get, your name will start coming up. For me, people have to put my @ in for me to come up. Sometimes if you put Crystal's World in, it don't come up. But when you put my @ in, it comes up. When you put my @ in, it comes up. But yeah, for me, be right. I have not heard too many good things about Memphis. Yeah, put your @ in. Put your @ in YouTube over 40. Put your @ in. And it should come up. What is this? Hold on, let me make sure. I hope this is still copyright. Not copyright music. Oh, it's just rain sounds. 'Cause, 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 'cause Yes, that is totally right. If you put the ad, then it finds the exact channel. Yeah. Just put the ad in and it comes right up. Let's put some instrumental music on. Instrumental music. But yeah, y'all appreciate y'all having this conversation with me. Cause it's not for some people like, oh no, I don't want to talk about that. I'll read that when I get finished. But yes, that is totally right. Yeah, yeah. Put that ad in. But I appreciate y'all having this conversation with me because some people don't want to talk about this topic, and that's perfectly fine if you're not comfortable with talking about it. But if you're at least listening and looking at a lot of the feedback from the people, and if you can receive something from that, that's good too. That's good too. But yeah, it was just heavy on my mind to talk about because again, I start back talking to my therapist today, y'all. 12 o'clock. I appreciate I appreciate you, y'all. All right. I know that's right, B right. Thank you for coming. I'm so glad you found my channel this morning. I'm so glad you found my channel this morning. You were a perfect person to come in here and talk about your situation. You actually were. Um some people that come from from the streets, they will never acknowledge that it's not good for them, right? So for you to come in and talk about your situation and be open with your situation, that is a wonderful thing. That is a wonderful thing. Monique said, great conversation. Yes, it was a great conversation. A little heavy for some people, a little heavy. So for everybody that did come in and I appreciate y'all so much. I appreciate y'all so much. I appreciate all the feedback. I appreciate the different ways that you choose to deal with, life situations. I appreciate y'all talking about that. Love and blessings at work, but will listen until you get off. Thank you. Yeah, death ain't pretty. Oh, listen. Hey, absolutely not. And if you can acknowledge that you're on your way there and put a stop to it, hey, be right. You all right with me, brother. You are all right with me. If don't nothing change you that will. Absolutely. You absolutely right about that. Have a great day, Crystal. You too, Monique. Have a wonderful day. I'm pretty sure I'll be seeing you, Monique, in these YouTube streets today. I'm pretty sure I'll be seeing you in these YouTube streets today, girl. I say YouTube streets. Yeah, streets. Thank you for the blue diamonds and the purple hearts. My gem. Y'all are my gems, my crystal, my CGs. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate that. My CGs, thank y'all so much. But yeah, this was kind of a deep conversation, but I want to talk about it, y'all. It's part of my life, so I want to talk about it. And one thing I'm gonna always do is talk about me on my channel. That's what my channel's about. Me talking about me. We have our fun on here. We have our fun on here so much, but I'm gonna be talking about different topics when I feel the need to talk about it, when it's on my heart, and when I want to talk about it, y'all. V speaking to Monique. Monique said, yes, yes. That's just what I'm gonna be doing. And I appreciate the ones that's listening, the ones that have listened, the ones that's been here. Again, the ones that explain how they deal with, life situations and life itself. Do you still get down? Be right. Yeah, I would absolutely be right. I still have my down days. I do. But again, I feel like YouTube has helped me with that because with this YouTube, if you want to get somewhere, you have to be consistent. You have to show up to your channel. You have to work. It ain't is YouTube is not easy. But I still have my down days. I do. I take if I'm feeling down, what I do, I guess I'm gonna admit it. I stay to myself sometimes. I stay to myself sometimes when I'm feeling away, you know? Um, because I don't want to put that energy out on here when I'm feeling away or when I'm feeling down about whatever. I don't want to bring that energy on my channel. So when I'm feeling away, I don't go live. I may post a short or do a video I've already had in my phone or something. I may go ahead and put that out or something like that, but I definitely don't show up to my live stream when I'm feeling down. I don't do that. I get emotional a lot. That's just who I am. I get emotional a lot. That's gonna happen on my live. Me getting emotional about certain topics that we're talking about. I can't help that. I'm me. I'm gonna continue to be me, right? But if I'm feeling so down, I will not hop on my live stream. I won't. Sophia, you where did you leave and come back, Sophia? I thought you were here earlier, Sophia. But if you did, welcome back, Sophia. I need more coping skills. Yep. You don't want to put. Yeah. So when I'm really feeling down, I do not. You will not see me on live. Like when I'm feeling down, you will not see me on live. I stay to myself for a few hours or maybe a day or two. Um. Yeah, I'm human. I will never get on here and act like I'm okay all the time. Absolutely, I'm not. That's the thing. You have to acknowledge when you're not okay. I'm not saying for you to sit in it forever. But you need to acknowledge when you're not okay. Or again, like for me, that shit came crashing down all at once. It came crashing down all at once later in life. I never acknowledged fully when I was not okay all my life. I did what we always do. Kept going, kept going, kept going, kept going because we have to. Yes, we have to keep going. No matter what happens, right? And I did that. I've been doing that all of my damn life. So now, when I'm feeling, I have to deal with things different so that I won't get back there anymore. I don't want to go back to that sunken place anymore. I had an amazing time with everybody up here. Everybody had their own opinion, but was respectful with it. Yes, I definitely love that. I will see you around. God bless. Thank you, Juicy 300 and family. I appreciate you for coming in and tapping in with me. And yes, I hope you see you again. We had fun in my chats now. To this morning, I just want to talk about this. But Juicy, we be having fun in my chat, okay? So you not might not get this same you might not get this same thing when you come back. Just letting you know, let me warn you. Since my change, my anxiety crazy. Everything I do has to be planned, nothing spontaneous. And guess what? Be right. You're doing what works for you. Be right. You're doing what works for you, and that's perfectly okay. Deal with your situation accordingly. Deal with yourself accordingly. Do it the way it works for you and not nobody else. Do what works for you and not nobody else. Do what works for you and not nobody else. Yeah. Please continue doing that. But yeah, y'all. But like I was saying, y'all, we normally have fun in my chat and we just talk about random stuff. But today, every once in a while, and that's basically what I do. I just hop on live, y'all, and I'll be just talking about whatever. But sometimes I'm gonna talk about, what's really heavy on my heart and my mind in a moment. And that's what I'm gonna always do. Like I'm gonna do what I want to do on my channel. That's just to sum it up. I'm gonna do what I want to do. I really am. But yes, when you're trying to change, let me speak back on that. When you're trying to change, your anxiety does be at a higher level. Your anxiety does be at a higher level when you're trying to change in any type of way. When you're doing something new, your anxiety changes. So yes, hey, we need to do some kind of like show it started with us. Ooh, be right. Are you saying to talk about therapy and anxiety and different things? Is that what you're saying? Or because we We're not afraid to talk about it. We're not afraid to talk about it. We're not afraid to acknowledge that we need that extra help. But we're not afraid to acknowledge that we need that extra help. Are you a content creator, Be Right? Are you a content creator? Are you just a viewer of are you just a viewer right now? I'm telling you, you would be a perfect person. Like you admitted here that you come from the streets. You come from the streets of Memphis at that. And like I said, what we a lot of us hear about Memphis is not good. So you come from the streets of Memphis. You are a great person to talk about this. You are a good person to talk about this topic. Yeah, when you first came in, it was just me and you. When you first came in, it was just me and you. Yep. So did you answer my question? Are you a content creator or are you just a viewer? Good morning, Jeremy. Thank you for the hearts, Jeremy. Well, Jeremy, so this morning, I know normally we come in here and we talk and stuff like that, but this morning was a little bit more serious topic. Jeremy, if you read the title, is do you believe in therapy, Jeremy, or do you, or how do you cope? How do you cope with life? I got the life stories, just don't know how to start the whole thing. Be right. Pick up your camera. I'm gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm telling you. Let me try to say what I think will work. I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but what I would do, only because I do it now. What I would do is pick up my camera and start recording. And if you want to talk worldwide, whatever platform you decide to start posting your content, do that. I would do that. I'm not telling you what you should do because it's your decision on what you want to do. But, brother, you have a story. You have a story. Okay, so maybe today you're here to, hey, start talking about your story on your camera, phone camera, whatever you have, computer, and then you make that decision on what you want to do with that. Okay? Hey, Adrian. Good morning, Adrian. Good morning to you. Adrian, we are talking about therapy. Do you are you okay with therapy? If not, how do you cope with things? How do you cope with life situations and trauma and things like that? Life stories, just don't know how to start the whole thing. Grand Rising from Jamaica. I came to YouTube. Yes, be right. I'm telling you, brother, start talking. You see how I'm on this camera right now? I'm on live, right? But you can pick up your camera, start recording. Bambi, good morning, Bambi. Good morning, Bambi. Bambi, we're talking about therapy. Do you agree with therapy? If not, or are you okay with therapy? I'm not gonna say do you agree because you may not agree, but you may feel like it's okay for others. Are you okay with therapy? And if not, or if so, how else do you cope with life situations, Bambi? How else do you cope with life situations, Bambi? Queen said Grand Rising Jeremy. Glenn, good morning, Glenn. How you doing, Glenn, this morning? Glenn, if you seen the title, everybody knew that's coming in. I'm gonna say what we're talking about. I'm gonna say what we're talking about because it's just a healthy conversation. Everybody is speaking their opinions in a respectful way, and I love that. I love that. So, Glenn, we're talking about therapy. Do you believe in therapy? Are you okay with therapy? And if or if not, how else do you cope with life situations, Glenn? Q says when you're feeling down, sometimes you can just take a hot bath, have some candles, some light music, and reflect on your blessings and accomplishments you made versus where you were. Yes, Q, and that guess what? Q, that made work for some people. Q, you're absolutely right. That may work for some people. That's why I'm hoping other people that are looking like who are going through things and don't know how to deal with things, but therapy is not an option for them. Listen, all the things that you guys are saying are ways that can help people. There are definitely ways that can help people deal with what they're going through and deal with their feelings and emotions and things like that. Jeremy says, "Hi, Queen Alchemy. I think it can help. Truthfully, I have to start prolonged grief disorder therapy myself." Bambi, so listen, today I go back, I start back therapy today, and I'm gonna ask my therapist, does she feel like I need grief counseling? When I explain to her my situation, why I may need grief counseling myself, because grief has no expiration date. Now, don't get, I'm not, listen, I'm very aware that grief has no expiration date. But there are certain things in my mind. My mom passed in 2013, and there's certain things in my mind that I'm wondering if I should still be feeling that way or still be seeing those things because I don't know. So today I will be talking to my therapist about that. Should It's like I'm acknowledging, I'm acknowledging my situation, and I need to know, like, should I straight go to grief counseling? Should I be going straight to grief therapy and not the regular therapist? I'm doing good this morning, truthfully. I ain't never been to therapy. Okay, so Glenn, how do you cope? Queen, just heard your name. I'm walking with God. Yes, Glenn. I said in the beginning, you're just getting here. Of course, the very first thing is God. God first for me, right? God first for me. But for people that need the extra help or need other ways to cope and deal with things, that's what I'm asking about. God first for me, Glenn. And if God works for you, wonderful. If God is the only thing that works for you, I love that for you. Q, I agree with this too. I need to do that right now, honestly. Queen, do it, Queen, do it. Do that, Queen. That's why I said I love the healthy conversation. We all have different ways of how we deal with things. And if that works for you, I love that. I love that. I love that. It's not for everyone. Group therapy, I think, is great. Yes, that's what who somebody was talking about that earlier in the chat about group therapy. I've never done group therapy before, but I do feel like if you're sitting around people that is going through the exact same thing that you're going through, so they can understand your mind better than other folks, I feel like group therapy can work too for if it works. Q, so what you go when you're completely out of your comfort zone? Do if you're out of your comfort zone, find a place where you feel comfortable. It might be a place for 10 minutes, it might be a place for an hour, but that's where you go. Take the time to meditate. That's from Q um to be right. I've been here. Q spoke and agreed with you earlier on your aspect of self-love. Yeah, God works for me too. Yes, Jeremy, that's wonderful. God first. Listen, God definitely comes first. I pray. I pray about everything. You pray before you eat. You pray when you go through. You pray even if you're not going through something in the morning. You just pray, right? Yes, I definitely pray God first. But some of us need those extra steps, y'all. But listen, there's other ways. If therapy is not for you, look at what Q is saying, y'all. The stuff that Q is saying, meditate and things. Q has some good points there that may work for a lot of people. And if those things work for you, that's wonderful. Please look at what everybody else is saying in the chat, not just what I'm talking about, because I love all that feedback. I love, love, love all that feedback. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love that. For some people, therapy is a no-go. No, I don't need therapy. I'm not going to therapy. And that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. So the things that Q is saying, it may work for you. Miss Do It Yourself. You and Queen had a wonderful interview last night. Both of you ladies did a great job. Miss Do It Yourself. So this morning we're having a conversation, Miss Do It Yourself. The topic is therapy? Are you okay with therapy? If or if not, how do you cope with life Miss Dorches. How do you cope with life situations? How do you cope with life traumas? Um, like now, currently, I know in the past, like me growing up until I hit 40 and went through some things. It's not that I didn't believe in therapy, but therapy was never on my mind to do. Right? So and when I some things I went through at 40, listen, I needed that extra help, y'all. I needed the extra help. I do a grief support group on here on Thursdays, as you know. Yeah, wait a minute. Is it the one with Harlow? I've tapped in a few times, y'all, but y'all know I get so darn emotional, man. I've been in there a few times, the one with Harlow, and it seems to help others. Now it does help others. Thank you so much, Mr. What Yourself, Grand Rising. Great Rising Bambi said, Bambi, I said earlier that YouTube has helped me. YouTube has definitely helped me. YouTube has helped me. I actually talked about that in a previous video before. Bambi, same for me. Yeah, I talked about that in a previous video, y'all. YouTube has definitely helped with me coming out of depression, y'all. I've talked about it before. I'm saying it now. YouTube has helped me a lot. Okay, this is a scenario. 10 years dealing with trauma that you never took care of. Then one day it falls down. Where do you go? Um, 10 years dealing with trauma that you never took care of. Then one day it all falls down. Where do you go? Be right. I get that. And like I was saying for myself, I dealt with things all my life my way. But when I hit 40 and some things happened, everything came crashing down. I went to therapy, but everybody just choose not to go to therapy. Everybody don't want to go to therapy. Be right. Some people deal with ways their way, and if that works for them, that's perfectly fine. I have been to therapy with my ex-husband. Yes, I believe in it. My best friend and I seem to talk. Oh, um, my best friend and I seem to talk our stuff out with each other. I love that. And listen, if you have a friend that you can talk to that y'all can understand each other, that's wonderful too, Miss Do It Yourself. But you did say you do believe in therapy. Good. Other. How I cope with life, lots of weed, lots of Pepsi, making cartoons. I use YouTube as therapy. I help others and they help me. I love that, Bambi. I love that, Bambi. But YouTube, I've said this before, not just now, y'all. YouTube has definitely helped me. Be right. Be right. You have a story, brother. Like I said, I'm not telling you what to do, be right. But you stated that you just come to YouTube just to, view and watch. But be right. You have a story to tell. What I will say is think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Think about sharing your story to the world. Think about sharing your story to the world. You may help a lot of other brothers out here. You may help a lot of other brothers out here. Okay? And I'm just going to say that when it comes to your situation. Hold on, y'all. These allergies, child. Hold on. All right, I'm back, y'all. Brief intermission. I love that icon so much. I love that icon so much. Miss Do It Yourself says, yes, I do. You can't handle all things on your own. Talking about it helps release some of that stuff weighing you down. Yes, absolutely. And people may not, but to a complete stranger, it definitely helps because guess what? Let me tell you something. That complete stranger can't judge you because they don't know you. People, if you talk to people that you know, they're probably judging you in their head. They're probably saying, "Oh, she just crazy." You don't know what they're thinking. But these professionals, they're trained to listen and understand. And listen, they go through stuff themselves. Therapists need therapists. Do y'all know that? Therapists need therapists. So it's not that they know everything. For me, it's just like it's a complete stranger. They cannot judge me. Because if you're talking to somebody that you know, they're probably judging you in their head. Let's just think about it. If you're talking to somebody that you know, they're probably judging you in their head saying, she just crazy. She'll be all right. She needs to do this. She needs, so it's for me, talking to a stranger, it works for me. Talking to a stranger, I'm talking to y'all. Y'all are kind of like strangers, right? Venting to strangers actually works for me. It may not work for everybody, but it actually works for me. I believe in therapy. I tried it my way. It wasn't pretty. And you right. Yes, be right. Again, therapy is just not for everybody. And I respect that. I respect the way everyone feels about it. Good morning, Yvetta. Yvetta, how you feeling this morning, Yvetta? We have a topic this morning. We not just in here cutting up this morning. Yvetta, is therapy an option for you, Yvetta? Is therapy an option for you, Yvetta? And how do you cope with life situations and life traumas? How do you cope with life situations and life traumas? It's a no judgment zone with a stranger. Facts, because they don't know you, right? They don't know you. They do not know you. Why do you think people vent? When I used to work at a fast food spot years ago, people would just start venting to me about their life. I don't even know these people. People have y'all been working at establishment and then people just start venting to you about their life and you don't know them from Adam and Eve? You don't know them from Adam and Eve, and people just start venting to you. They feel comfortable because you don't know them. They feel comfortable because you don't know them. I worked so many places where people just start talking to me about their life, and I don't know them at all. And I really feel like it's because, okay, this person cannot judge me. Let me just get this out. They just want to vent in the moment. They don't know me. So for me, that's what therapy is. Like, I feel like I can talk to this person. They don't know me at all they know me is from my profile, from where I signed up to talk to them. And of course, you got to get out to them what's going on and let them know. Like, somebody said earlier, Steve, I think, said, make sure you tell them everything. Don't be lying and holding back on what you want to get out. Take accountability for your part. Take accountability for take accountability first, y'all. Yes, Miss Do It Yourself, talking with your best friend. However, do this can be a burden for them to carry when you lay your burdens on others, and that's why I'm concerned about the play. Yes, I've said that too before on my live. Like, I don't talk to my friends because about certain things. Now, when we all come together, we all vent to each other in a group setting because we haven't talked in a while, or because we haven't seen each other in a while. But for me, calling them on a daily basis, no. But Miss Do It Yourself, maybe you and your friend, y'all vent to each other. Is that the way it works for you and your friend, Miss Do It Yourself? Y'all vent to each other. It's not just one or the other laying your burdens on each other. But Queen, I get what you're saying, Queen. Yeah, you don't want to do that. I don't do that. I don't call my friends when I'm going through stuff on a daily. I don't. Because guess what? They're going through stuff too. So yeah, I don't do that. Sometimes you can sit in the park, talk to someone just randomly and get some understanding that you never had. Q, that's a good way too, Q. And if that works for you and them, that's perfect. Great. Like I said, people are watching this, y'all, looking at y'all suggestions, and some of this stuff may work for them, y'all. Chip with the purple hearts. Thank you, Chip. That therapist is holding a lot and taking so much in of others. But Queen, for the therapist, they signed up for that and they're getting paid for that. Queen, they went to school and they're trained to do that. So yeah, they are. But yeah, the therapists need therapists. I've heard therapists say that. Therapists need therapists. I would be the last person y'all would think would advocate for therapy. Be right. That's why it's a good thing for you to get on a platform and talk about it. Be right. Like I said, I'm not telling you what to do. Be right. But listen, you have a story. You have a story. Be right. You have a story. You have a story. A street guy turned their life around. A street guy from Memphis, Tennessee, who has turned their life around. You have a story, be right. You have a story. I do think it helps others. Yes, Queen. Queen, she and I have been friends for over 30 years. Yes, we vent to each other. We are sisters now. She is a bonus too because she works in that field. Bam! Lazarus was just saying earlier. Lazarus was just saying earlier how his sister is a psychiatrist, and Lazarus, y'all may not know. I'm not going to talk about his story, but Lazarus has a story too, y'all. Lazarus been through a lot of things, going through a lot of things like that he's dealt with and dealt with. But he has a sister who, who is a psychiatrist who's able to talk to him when he's going through stuff. So that's a blessing. That's a blessing, Miss Do It Yourself. That she's a trained professional. That's good. You better. I don't think therapist is an option for me because sometimes they have the same thing going on in their life that we go through as well. You better. I just said that. You're absolutely right. But that's what they signed up for too at the same time. Now, if they ever get to a point where like this is too much for me and I can't deal with this no more because I'm dealing with my own ish, yeah. But you better listen. I agree with you on that. I just said that. Therapists need therapists too. Therapists need therapists too. And I've seen other therapists say that. They need therapists too. Because like Queen said, they're getting all these stories thrown on them on a daily. And for some, for some, not all, they keep that trained mentality. They keep that trained mentality, like I can't take it personal with my patients. But some, it just happens. For some therapists, they can't help it with all the stories being thrown at them on a daily. I can't even imagine that. Shout out to all therapists and psychiatrists and who have to listen to our stories every day, right? Who have to listen to our different stories every day. Good morning, Janetta. How you doing, Janetta? Good morning. Good morning. So, Janetta, the topic is this morning: is therapist an option for you? And if or if not, how else do you cope with life situations and life traumas? My advice be right, breathe, literally acknowledge it. It's real. You don't have to do it alone. Go gently, express it, protect your energy. The small wins matter. That's true. That's true, Bambi. You're not broken. You're responding to pain that didn't have a voice for a long time. But now it's speaking, and that's your chance to finally heal. Yes, we don't talk to others, laugh out loud, but it definitely helps talking about it. Yes, that too. I give free therapy to certain people. Love it, Bambi. Love it. I'm blessed. I know that's right, Janetta. Yes, we do. So, Janetta, if you want to talk about it, you don't have to. Is therapy an option for you? And if or if not, how do you cope with life situations and life traumas? Yes, Bambi. I am a psychologist and I have to see a grief specialist. Bambi, you just okay. So there we go. I just said that. Therapists need therapists too. Bambi is a whole psychologist and she has to see a grief specialist. So listen, none of us are, we all need help sometimes. Just gonna say that. Of the things I've seen in her, Bambi, I can't imagine. Wow, Bambi. Yes, shout out to Bambi. Shout out to Bambi. Hold on, y'all. Oh Lord. Wow, Bambi. Queen said yes, they may be trained, however, it doesn't change that they are human and how energy transfers. So when they're taking on so much of others and they have their Queen, absolutely. You see Bambi, what Bambi just said? She's a whole psychiatrist, but she needs grief counseling too. Queen, you're absolutely right. Therapists need therapists. Therapists need therapists. Again, what I'm saying is about their trained is like they know what they're signing up for as grown adults, right? They may not know for real till they actually start doing it, but once they get into it, they're probably realizing, damn, I didn't know it was all of this. They probably didn't realize, damn, I didn't know it was all of this. So once they're in it, right? So in that, if they choose to still continue doing that, listen, they know what they're doing. They're grown adults. They're continuing to do it. And this is that clearly they must love doing it, right? Clearly they must love doing it, right? So they continue being a therapist or a psychiatrist, right? But in that, listen, therapists need therapists. Therapists need therapists, and that's just it. They're human. They have feelings and emotions too. Some of them are able to keep their composure. Some of them are not when hearing these different stories and other people's live situations and traumas and stuff. Because guess what? They're coming across people with traumas way worse than their own. And for some of them, it may hit hard. For some of them, they're able to keep the professional. Some of them are not. So, yes, Queen, you're right. Listen, you're right. I give all the glory to God. Janetta, that's right. I was saying that earlier too. For me, it's God first. Prayer changes things. Prayer is number one, but some people need that extra, Janetta. We're all human. Yes, Bambi, all human. So I finished 7 years of college. Doesn't make me a better than anyone or special. You got that right, Queen. That is true. They endure a lot. In my older age, I just learned about transferring energy is a real yes. Yes, Miss Do It Yourself. We have been friends for 40 years, but plus, and she is truly my sister as well. However, I know it can be a situation where it becomes one more thing. All it means is all it means is I can complete tasks. Yes, yes, yes. Listen, everything everybody is saying makes perfect sense that you're going to deal with because it impacts you too. I ran out of space. Queen, listen, like I said, I don't talk to my friends on a daily basis about what I'm going through. Again, when we come together in a circle, we vent to each other because we haven't talked to each other in a while. And that's just us venting. But me calling them on a daily basis, no, I do not. Mm-mm. But therapy is in place for a reason. Therapy is in place for a reason. These people are chosen, the chosen ones, to be able to deal with people like myself who need someone to talk to, who is a stranger, and I don't feel a way about it. Like therapy is there for a reason. That's all I'm gonna say. Therapy is there for a reason. And yes, those therapists, psychiatrists, all of them, they need help too. They need help with life situations too. And the help is there for them as well. So, yeah, yeah, see, this thing, mental health and addiction is the only thing in my life I've been passionate over. Everything else was for personal gain. So I'm slowly speaking out. Be right. And I love this for you. I love this for you. Maybe it's you starting here in this chat. Maybe it's you starting here in this chat, Be right. And then who knows what you might decide to do with that. Because you have a story. You have a story, Be right. You have a story. Before my husband's death, I could be some cold, no emotion. Now I fall apart over hearing stranger stories. Let me tell you, like B. Wright said earlier, death will do that to you. Death can't, I'm not going to say will because everybody's different. Death can definitely do that to you. When my mom passed, I gave no F's about nobody. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. When my mom passed, death can really do that to you. For me, when my mom passed, it's like my whole everything changed mentally. Like I had a whole different aspect on life. It was so much. Death can definitely change you in a lot of different ways. Losing someone very close to you can change you in a lot of different ways. We all deal with death differently, though. We're all different. We all deal with death differently. So I'm bipolar. I've dealt with mental health my whole life, and honestly, I'm fed up with all of it. 46. Understood, baby. I can only imagine how you be feeling. I can really only imagine how you be feeling, Bambi. You guys see the are they? You guys see the Mendez brothers are getting out. I did not see that, Bambi. Where is just Danielle love for? Actually, Queen, I'm supposed to be sitting with Danielle tomorrow. I go to my therapist today, but in real life. But I'm supposed to be sitting with Danielle tomorrow on her channel. And yes, Danielle would be great to be in here. Danielle would be great to be in here. And Danielle, we know Danielle believes in therapy. She is one herself. So yeah, baby, you can live happy. Trust me, you can. Yup, it changed me. Listen, death can really change you. Death can really change you. The old me died with him, and I'm trying to find the new me. Oh my gosh, Bambi, let's talk about it, girl. Let's talk about it. Be right. You right. If you can, anybody can. You right about that. I'm getting there. Honestly, 3 years. Like that's good, Bambi. That's good. It's gotten better. Wonderful. That is wonderful. I love that for you, Bambi. Mine is up and down. Mine is up and down. I wanted to get to when it grief has no expiration date. Danielle actually said that the other night on her letter G. Danielle actually said that the other night on her letter G. Queen, I don't know if you've been tapping into Danielle's letters. She's doing a topic on each letter every night, I guess from A to Z. And actually, the letter G, she did it was grief. Grief has no expiration date. Grief has no expiration date. So don't ever let anybody tell you. Don't never let anybody tell you that oh you need to get over it. Don't never let anybody tell you that you need to get over grieving someone. Don't never let anybody tell you that. Yeah, be right. I know I talk about diet and exercise. However, those two things are major in mental health, no matter what you're dealing with. Yes, I agree. Because when I was exercising heavy, yeah, it does help. It does help. It does help mentally. And what you put in your body, Queen. I don't want you to ever think I overlook that because I don't. What you eat and exercising definitely helps with your mental health. What you eat and exercising definitely helps with your mental health. When you and Coach and Rooted be talking about that, I pay attention. I pay attention to that. You are right, Crystal. I don't talk to my friends about my problems because some friends are a backstabber. They will go out and tell all of your business. Wow. I'm sorry you go through that. Thankfully, my little friend circle that I've had, my best friend, we've been friends for this year will make 41 years. We've been friends for 41 years. I thankfully don't have that issue when it comes to my friends in real life. I don't. That's a blessing to have friends in your life like that. I know everybody don't have that, but Yvette, I'm so sorry that you go through that. They have been good. I miss Jean. It didn't help that it was suicide and we had 4 kids. Bambi, I didn't know it was suicide. Oh my gosh. We had 4 kids and 3 were minors at the time, so it's been oh Bambi. My God, my heart goes out to you, Bambi. Bambi, don't ever let nobody tell you how long you should be grieving. Don't ever let nobody tell you how long you should be grieving. And you're saying 3 years and you're getting better, Bambi. My heart goes out to you, Bambi. Yes, you bet. I only have that one friend, especially what you're putting into your body. Because when you think about the chemical imbalance, that be right. Okay, y'all, I just reconnected. Can y'all see me? My live just reconnected on its own. Can y'all see me? Can y'all see me? I hope so, especially what you're putting into your body, because when you think about the chemical imbalance that be right was speaking about, it comes from a lot of what we put in our bodies and exposed to. Yes, again, like Coach, I was just talking about you, Coach, you, Queen, and Rooted. Like I was telling, so Coach, this morning we're just talking about, do you believe in therapy? And if so, or even if you don't, how do you cope with life? How do you cope with life situations and traumas? How do you cope with life situations and traumas? We've had a good conversation here, Coach. I know you're just coming in, getting ready for work in the background. If you can tap in, please tap in, Coach. Just let the people know because it's people watching in the background. It's people watching in the background and they can take some feedback from what you guys are saying. But yes, Queen, everything I said, like I said, I don't ever want you to think I overlook what you, Coach, Rooted be saying about what you put in your body, exercise, all that definitely helps with your mental health. It definitely does. It definitely does. Good morning, Crystal Chat. Just dropping in to say hello, getting ready for work. So in the background, for 10 years, I depended on a substance to complete a full day. Then at day one, be right. I'm going to keep saying you have a story, be right. You have a story to tell. Be right. You have a story to tell. I'm just all I'm going to say. Diet and exercise is major. Water. I don't drink enough water. Start drinking more water, man, because that's if I don't do nothing else, I drink nothing but water. Good morning, Coach. I exercise. Do I need to exercise more? Absolutely. I need to exercise more. I do. Yvette, then talk to strangers. If they, yes, again, to me, talking to strangers is, they can't judge me because they don't know me. If they tell it, won't be anyone you know. Right. Yes, I can see you. Thank you, Janetta. One was killed. So the saying you gonna die or go to jail forever look more likely. So that's when you realize. That's when you realize. Be right. That's when you realize I need to change my life. Want to know the punchline, Crystal? 39. Oh my goodness. Bambi. Lord, Lord. Bambi, like Danielle said, don't let nobody tell you how long you should be grieving. Don't let nobody tell you how long you should be grieving. Grieving has no expiration date. Grieving has no expiration date. And I love when she said that because I feel like people think you're supposed to just, for me, it's up and down. It's up and down, y'all. It's just up and down. Miss Do It Yourself. Yep, because I only got two friends, and it's God and Jesus. Yes, I can see you. Thank you, Yvetta. You're welcome. Right, Yvetta. Those people were not true friends. They sure wasn't. They sure was not true friends. They sure was not true friends. They sure was not true friends. They sure wasn't. And I really don't dislike that for you because thankfully, like I said, my best friend, we have been friends for this year makes 41 years. 41 years. Me and my best friend have been friends for 41 years. Of course, we came into best friends as we got older because we connected at 4 years old. But we were friends at 4 years old. Like literally, she her mom, God rest her soul, told us when we got older how she cried. Me and my family, we had moved to another town. And when we were 4 years old, she cried for me because I moved. She cried for me because I moved to another town and I wasn't gonna be going to the same school. So to have a friend from 4 years old and now we're both turning 45 this year, y'all, that is amazing. I love that. And again, I still don't talk to her every day and let her know what I'm going through every day. Because guess what? I know she has her own problems too. But when we come together, that's when we vent. When we come together, that's when we vent. In person. You know, we don't call each other every day telling each other our problems on a daily. No, because again, that's trauma dumping on your friend. Like Queen was referencing earlier. That's just trauma dumping on your friend. And you don't want to do that. But if you and your friend do that together with each other, that's fine too. Like Miss Do It Yourself and her friend, they're okay with doing that. So if they have a mutual agreement and they're okay with doing that, that's fine. So that's not trauma dumping. Trauma dumping is you being the only person calling one person, telling them all your stuff, but they don't do that to you. That's trauma dumping. None. My nephew was killed in 2008 and it's still hard. Miss Do It Yourself. See what I'm saying? It's no expiration date. No expiration date. Bambi, I'm sending you so much healing. Yes, Bambi. She needs it. She needs it, Queen. She needs it, Queen. My God, Bambi. But thank you, Crystal. But I don't have those type of friends in my life anymore because when I lost my mom, those friends was not there. And that's when you realize who your friends are too. That's when you realize who your friends are too. And that I could say with that, Wow. Yvetta, oh my gosh, we could get into so many different conversations about those type of situations. Lord, that's a whole nother topic. Good gosh. Woo! Lord, that definitely would have. Listen, and I'm not saying that your friends, they may not understand what you was going through, but yeah, they would have let me know who my friends was too if they wasn't there for me during that time of my mom passing. I'm sorry. Now, um, it could be reasons why they weren't there, but I understand you not caring the reasons why. Because listen, you feel how you feel, right? You wanted your friends to be there for you when your mom passed. It could be other. That's a whole nother situation. It could be that they didn't understand it, they couldn't relate, and so they couldn't be there for you, or they just didn't want those burdens on them. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't have that issue. I didn't have that issue when my mom passed. All my friends were definitely there for me, front and center, front and center, front and center. So I don't even know what to say about that, Yvetta. I don't. At that moment, I stopped, but because of past issues, I self medicated. But it was cool because I kept what I was using. Look, with withdrawals were the hardest thing I've never completed in life. But I would probably be comfortable talking to a stranger than those friends. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm telling you, like, I talk. That's why I talk. I don't mind talking to a therapist because they don't know me. They can't judge me. And then, like somebody said earlier, if they do judge you, you don't know them. So you're not gonna feel away. You're not gonna feel away. You're not gonna feel away. My best friend and I have been friends since seventh grade. Over yes, Queen, I love that. Queen, don't it feel good to have a person in your life that's not blood related, that's not blood related, but feels like blood, that's been in your life that long? Don't that feel good, Queen? Don't that feel good? Good morning, Faith. How you feeling, Faith? So, Faith, we have a topic this morning. If you want to talk about it, you can. If not, the topic is, are you okay with therapy? And if or if not, how do you cope with life situations and life's traumas? How do you cope with life situations and life traumas? Because we all deal with things differently. Just Danielle. Danielle, this morning we're talking about are you okay with therapy? And if or if not, how do you cope and deal with life situations, Danielle? Queen was just looking for you. Queen was just looking for you. Coach and Faith, great rising. They're talking about more. It's been raining and thundering all week. Raining and thundering all week, y'all. Today is Wednesday and it's still talking about some thunderstorms, child. Be right. Have a good friend or partner. Yes, 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 yes. Just talk. Yep, Danielle. Yes, Danielle. So, Danielle, we want your feedback in this chat today. We need your feedback, Danielle, in this chat today. I see. Child, I've had a therapist. So this is from Faith. Child, I've had a therapist for years. She's amazing. She's become a true friend that keeps in line and also takes my money. Laugh out loud. Faith, I love your feedback on that. So, Faith, you've had a therapist for years and you continue seeing your therapist. I love that. I start back seeing my therapist today at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm okay with talking about it. Danielle, what time tomorrow? I'm supposed to sit with you tomorrow, right? I don't know if I'm ready for Danielle, but I'm gonna get ready. Okay. Great rising, this Danielle Faith F aloud. As a therapist, I have had therapists, and I said that therapists need therapists too. We were just talking about that. Therapists need therapists too. Even though you signed up for it and you're getting paid for it, therapists need therapists too. Therapists need therapists too. We were just talking about this in the chat. We were just talking about this in the chat. Because Bambi in the chat, she's also a psychiatrist, but she needs grief counseling. She needs grief counseling. She lost her husband 3 years ago in a tragic way. She was left with minor children. She's a psychiatrist herself. But she need the help too. Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Therapists need therapists. Therapists need therapists. So Condolences, man. But yeah, she lost her husband in a tragic way. So, and she, I know she was in here saying, "I'm getting better." I'm happy you getting better, baby, but it's gonna be a long road. Like Danielle was saying, Danielle, like you were saying on the letter G, grieving has no expiration date, and don't let nobody tell you how long you should be grieving. Right, Danielle? Didn't you say that, Danielle, the other night? Y'all check out Danielle. Danielle in my chat, just Danielle. Every night, just Danielle is going live with the letter A through Z, talking about different topics. Y'all tap in with her. She goes anywhere between the times of 9:30 ish, right, Danielle? Y'all tap into Danielle. Danielle be spitting out them gems, y'all. She's talking gems. She's helping us with different scenarios and letting us know ways to deal with things, y'all. So y'all tap into Just Danielle every night from A to Z. She's going through the whole alphabet. She's going through the whole alphabet. I've missed a few nights, but I've been there most of the nights so far. Of course, we're gonna miss sometimes, but I tap in I'm tapping when I see her live. I'm tapping in because I don't always get notifications. But now that I know that she's doing the whole A through Z, if I'm on YouTube, I'm gonna make sure I tap in. I gotta tap in 9:30 to 10. Okay, 9:30 to 10. Yes, y'all tap into Danielle every night. Understand if you can. I'm just saying if you can tap into Danielle. Danielle contact keeps me good between appointments. Okay, Faith, I love that. And of course, you can always watch the replay. You can always watch the replay because on that she don't be like she said 9:30 to 10. She don't be on here hours like myself. She's a time limit. So for us that don't have a lot of for the ones that don't have a lot of time, for the ones that don't have a lot of time, y'all watch her replays if you can't catch her live in action, okay? Be right. A relationship is the last thing I want right now. Be right. Me and you are on the same page. I would not be good for no man right now. And I know that about myself. That's a good thing, right? It's not that I can't be in a relationship. I know better than to be in a relationship because it would be me. I'm admitting it would be me who's the problem. It would be me who would be the problem. I'm working on me again. I'm working on me. I would be the problem. I know some of us women have a problem admitting that we're the problem. I don't have that problem admitting that. I would be the problem in a relationship. So thank God I'm in a point in my life where I'm able to look past the flesh. I'm able to look past fleshy. Fleshy, I don't care what feelings I may have or what. I can look past that. I'm working on me. This up here. This, and this. But this more than this. Because my heart is open. I feel like my heart is open, but mentally I know better. If you know better mentally, then yes, you got to know better mentally. A relationship is the last thing I want right now and don't want the ups and downs that come with it. And look, y'all, a lot of these niggas have issues stretching as long as the Mississippi River. Be right. This is why I'm saying be right. Be right. I can't wait to see you on. I'm going to see you somewhere, be right. You have a story. You have a story to tell, and I can't wait till you tell it. You're saying a lot of stuff in my chat. Actually, be right. Faith is from Memphis too. Be right. Faith is from Memphis too. Be right. So be right and Faith are both from Memphis in the chat. Great. Thank you, Queen. Thank you, Queen. The lives have been awesome, Danielle. Yes, they have. I heard it's rough in the dating streets. She said she heard it's rough. And I don't need that rough right now. Faith, listen, it ain't listen. Faith, I'd rather be single. I'm telling you. I'm never the problem. I'm perfect in relationships in every way. Faith is funny. Faith. They said not, meaning they're getting high. Trust me, it's so discreet. You will never know unless you know what to look for. About time you find out y'all too far in. This opioid addiction is real. Be right. I love your realness and I love that you talk about it real and raw. When I tell you, you will be perfect on a platform to talk about your story. Be right. You are perfect on a platform to be talking about your story. Exactly. Be right. Women too. A 20-year-old couple just crashed here arguing. Car smashed like a tuna can. Toxic early and why? Let me tell y'all something. My neighbors are toxic. My neighbors are toxic. There is a young couple. They are toxic, and it's crazy. And they are a young couple, but they're so damn toxic. I done seen so many things, so many things. Like it'd be too much going on. Oh, okay, hey, be right, Memphis, strong in this thing. Thank you, Queen. Sounds like Memphis, be right, Faith, Whitehaven High, John P. Freeman. But yeah, yeah. Be right, y'all missed all of Be Right's story. He talked about everything in this chat, y'all. We were the only two in the chat at first, me, him, and someone other person. And Be Right has a story, y'all. He's from the streets of Memphis, and he has turned his life around. He's from the streets of Memphis, and he has turned his life around in a positive way. And he has a story to tell. He has a story to tell. He does. He has a story to tell. Okay, grew up South Memphis, moved east, and graduated from Kirby High back in the 90s. Be Right is oh I'm sorry. Listen, I can't see y'all. I can't see the profile that good. Be Right. I apologize. So Queen, you must have been over there. You must have been over to the channel already because I can't, unless you can tell in the profile, because I can't tell in the profile if it's a woman or man. I'm sorry. Sorry, I do that all the time, Be Right. So please don't feel offended. And if you do feel offended, I apologize, Be Right. I apologize. Amen, Be Right. I'm so glad you made it out. No, I'm okay. I thought so. Yeah, because he was. Let me say, he was talking as if he was a man. So he was talking if he was a man. That's why I was assuming it was a man. Be Right. Congratulations. I pray God continues to cover and bless your journey. Yes. No, I ain't tripping. Man, laugh out loud. Yeah, I thought you was a man. But yes, Be Right has a story, y'all. Be Right has a story to tell. Okay. But Be Right, you're gonna figure out how you want to tell your story. It might be a book, it might be on a platform, it might be in your it might be in your community. It might be in your community to try and reach out to the younger people in the streets. But you have a story to tell. For sure. Major congrats on making it out. Yes, 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 yes. Be Right has a story to tell, and I don't know what else to say. Whenever you decide to come out with how you want to tell your story, Be Right. I hope I come across you, whether it's on this platform, another platform, or writing a book, or like I said, in your community. You can really help a lot of people. I hope somebody was watching in the background with the same type of story that you have and see that you turn your life around, you know? Because that is a lot. That is a lot. And hard for a lot of folks to come out of. I am right now. This sobriety thing is more valuable. I love that for you, and I love that for you. You're focusing on that, and that's great. You're focusing on the sobriety, and that's wonderful. I love that for you. I love that. And you don't want to lose focus on that. You do not want to lose focus on that. Mm-mm. You do not want to lose focus on that. And for me, let me talk about this time when I go to therapy today. It, it's not for the same reason I went to therapy before. Um, in a way, yes, but in a way not. I'm definitely not in a sunken place like I was before when I went to therapy. For now, it's just more so. I'm gonna talk about my grieving process, but it's other things too. Like I said, YouTube has been therapy for me. I said that on a video, in a previous video. YouTube has been therapy for me too. So YouTube has helped. with my mental. Me becoming a YouTuber has helped with my mental. But I felt that I needed to go back. I felt that I needed to go back, so I'm going back. Faith said, "Be right. What are signs of people in opioids? If you don't mind sharing." Good one, good one, good one. Faith. Yes, sobriety is a for sure an achievement, especially with opioids. I worked in substance abuse for years, and making it out is not easy. Be right is that guy, y'all. Be right is that guy. Be right is that guy. YouTube is my outlet too. It's an escape at times. It feels good to be creative. Yes, Faith. Faith, I love it. I love it. YouTube has definitely helped me, y'all. It's helped me. My sobriety date is 10/18/23. I haven't watched cable TV. I haven't driven a car. I haven't had sex because those are just some of the things I did while high. And I don't know how to. Ooh, I love that for you. Be right. I love that for you, y'all. Ain't that amazing, y'all? Ain't that amazing? That is amazing. Be right. That is amazing. Okay. It is. And I hope if at least one person is watching, if at least one person is watching this and see what Be Right is talking about, if at least one person is watching and struggling with this addiction right now, that would make my heart smile. That would make my heart so happy, y'all. If at least one person is watching this that is going through that. Because you be so, oh my God. I've seen so many stories of opioid addiction, and you'd be surprised. Y'all, people like myself, people, it be so many people who get addicted, and not just from the streets. They get addicted because they're prescribed that medicine. They get addicted because they're prescribed that medicine from the doctor. It's supposed like they get addicted because they're prescribed that medicine from the doctor for whatever reason. And they get addicted. And so even when the medicine has run out from the doctor, they start finding it in the streets because they're addicted to it. It's so many different entities when it comes to opioid addiction. It's not just people from the streets. It's not just people from the streets. It's so many different entities. I seen a story where a guy was having back problems. Oh God, it's just, oh my God. I seen a story where a guy was having back problems, y'all. And he was prescribed the medicine. He was prescribed the medicine. It's just, it's so many different stories when it comes to opioid addiction. And they said, oh wow, the awareness is awesome. Oh my God, that is amazing. I'm so happy for you. You have to know your vice and be self-aware, be right. Yes. And Be Right has made is making the transition, has made it. And I love that for him. Doctors are the real drug dealers. Queen, I was just talking about how my anxiety medicine was making me worse. It everybody's the medicine works for everybody differently. For me, it was making me worse. The medicine was making me more depressed. The anxiety medicine was making me more depressed. The anxiety medicine was making me more depressed. So I'm like, it's not working for me. It's not imbalancing in my brain correctly because I'm not supposed to be feeling more depressed. I'm not supposed to be feeling more depressed. I'm trying to come out of the depression, not be in it. It's a suppressor. And again, it works for everybody differently. For somebody else, that same medicine that I took, it may actually help them. It might help them come out. For me, it was making me more depressed. So somebody using they always happy, like the rappers. If you got the money, every day is Saturday. If you can afford it, it's a party. If they can't afford it, then you have the theft and crime. Wow, Be Right. Opioids and benzo. I do not know how to pronounce that, but y'all see it. Hold on, y'all, because this might not be non-copyright. Hold on. I have to stay with the non-copyright music because I don't want to get copyright opioids and mostly start at a as a legitimate prescription. Yes. Yep. In a lot of cases, it start as a prescription. Everybody don't just look for it from the streets. Definitely starts as a prescription from the doctor. It's crazy. Hey, Randy, how you doing this morning, Randy? How you doing this morning, Randy? Benzos, yellows, and blues. Randy, as you can see, we're having a discussion this morning. I'm doing 10 more minutes on here, but Randy, what we're talking about is, do you believe in therapy? And if or if not, do you believe in therapy, Randy? And if or if not, how do you cope with life situations and how do you deal with traumas and things like that? I'm good, my darling. That's good, Randy. I love to hear that. So we're just having a healthy conversation, Randy, this morning. It's been a wonderful topic. Been some serious things going on in the chat, serious situations people have been talking about going on in the chat. And how they deal with things, how they dealt with things. And everybody has their own ways of dealing with things. So do you believe in therapy? And if or if not, it's fine if you do or you don't. How do you deal with life situations and traumas? I know you do music, so I'm pretty sure, is music one of your ways? Is music one of your ways, Randy? Because I know you do music. I'm a different, I guess, my therapy. Yep, I just said that. I literally just said that. Therapy is music, y'all. Randy, if y'all don't know, Randy does music. And y'all go tap into him. Y'all love music, go tap into Randy. I figured that, Randy, because you got to have it. Even if you don't want it, you're not dealing with your family member no more. If they can afford it, they're going to do whatever. The new crack. And everyone, I mean everyone using. I've seen so many stories be right. I've seen so many stories about opioid addiction. Y'all, if you really look it up on YouTube. Look it up on YouTube. It's so many different scenarios with opioid addiction. Some people don't even like, they don't even realize they're addicted to it. They don't realize they're addicted because it's just that crazy. My trauma goes to pen and paper. Randy, listen, if that what works for you, that is wonderful. I love that for you, Randy. I love that for you, Randy. I do. I love that for you, Randy. I do. Yes, Randy, journaling and outlet is a great for therapy. Yep. I figured that before he even said it. I would say I'm pretty sure music is the way he deals with things because he does music. Oh no, you gotta wait for a second. I will call you back. Yo, everybody getting high. That's why relationships, jobs, just everything is to hell. The majority high. Oh wow, really? Um, I know it's a lot of people that do it. It's a lot of people that do it. Be right, and we'd be surprised at the people who actually indulge. We'd be surprised at the people who actually indulge. And again, um, you just never know. You just never know. Like I said, I've seen so many situations. Like I've seen it on. Like I've watched different. Like you just be surprised at who is addicted to that particular one. And if I'm able to make it sound beautiful or expressive to the point where someone can relate and find peace, then that does it all for me. Really, I love that, Randy. I love that. Yes, at Queen's Alchemy. I love that, Randy. I love that. Greetings, Crystal. Good morning. How's everyone feeling today? Oh, I'll get with that in a minute. Cams, how you doing this morning, Cams? To this morning, Cams, we have a topic that we're talking about. But I'm ready to hop off in 6 minutes because again, my appointment is coming up soon, and they just left a message for me. So in 5 more minutes, I'm getting off of here. Cams, we're talking about do you believe in therapy? And if or if not, Cams, how do you cope and deal with life situations and life traumas? How do you cope and deal with life situations and life traumas, Cams? If you want to share with us, you can. If you don't, that's fine. But that's what we've been talking about this morning, Cam. It's been a healthy conversation. Everybody talking about how they deal with things. People letting us know if they do or do not believe in therapy, and just letting us know how they, different ways to that you can try and deal with life, basically. And it may work. Certain things may work for different people. We all deal with things differently. So thank you for being so open and sharing your platform in this way. There's so many people that suffer in silence and do not get a voice to talk about. Danielle, you're welcome because I'm gonna do that. We cut up a lot in my lives, but sometimes I'm gonna be talking about because it's a part of my life right now, so I don't mind talking about it. I'm literally starting. I'm going back to therapy today at 12 p.m. I'm back talking to my therapist today at 12 p.m. and I don't mind sharing that. I don't mind sharing that. I don't mind sharing that at all. So Danielle, you're welcome. You're welcome. Danielle, I don't know if you know, but you be helping me too. Especially the other night when you were talking about grief and grieving. Danielle, Danielle, you be helping me too, girl. You just don't even know. I will be live with Vegan Kings at 9 a.m. and we will be discussing health, wellness, including but not limited to mental health topics. Okay, got you, Queen. So you gonna go live shortly. Y'all get ready to go live shortly then. Crystal, dang, autocorrect. I know how to spell. Yes, you know how to spell my name. I knew that on Vegan King's channel. Okay, Queen. So you'll be going live very shortly, in 30 minutes, in less than 30 some minutes. Vegan Kings. Okay, no problem. Absolutely, I believe in therapy. I have in my marriage, professional, and coaching through personal development. Okay, Cams. So you do believe in therapy? Yes. I go back to my therapist today, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But it's not just a therapist. I also want to implement other things as well. Like Queen was talking about. Yes, exercising and eating the right foods, putting the right things in your body does help mentally. It does. Tease, what's going on, Tease? I believe in improving all aspects in my life. That's right. There is no shame in my game. Listen, and we do what works for us, right? We do what works for us, right? I'm very proud of the person I am today. Cam, that's what I'm talking about. And that's what it got for me to me finding myself. Like when I started going to therapy before, when I went to therapy before, that really made me I started learning a lot about myself, acknowledging the things in my life that I needed to change, some things in my life that I needed to change. It wasn't just about me. Honestly, it wasn't just about me um dropping everything on the therapist. I was acknowledging things about me. Even though I knew it, I'm very grown, right? I knew it, but I needed to acknowledge it more. I needed to acknowledge it more in order to deal with it more. Taking accountability, like Steve was saying earlier, taking accountability for your own self and the things that you may be doing wrong or the things that you maybe need to change or things like that. You have to take accountability for yourself as well. It's not just about dropping all your, or like he said, being a victim. You don't want to be a victim. I'm not a victim of a damn thing, right? We just come across things that happen in our life. And like I am Dissenter was saying earlier, postpartum. You cannot stop postpartum. So if anybody try to look at you and tell you need to just get over it, postpartum is a chemical imbalance in the brain, y'all. Postpartum is a chemical imbalance in the brain. It happens to a lot of women after giving birth. And after giving birth, you cannot stop that. So if somebody tried, like Danielle be saying, if somebody try to tell you just get over it, Please don't be offended. Please don't be offended if somebody tell you should just get over it. Please don't ever feel offended by that, because it's just, they just don't understand. It just boils down to they just don't understand. Don't get offended. I'm very proud of the person I am today. I am going to sneak watch Queen. I'm in the office today. Amen, Cams. Just Danielle. I was saying that about myself today. All of this I have received. I could have walked in any rooms and speak proudly. All of my challenges I've overcome is a testimony to help someone. I know that's right, Cams. I love that for you. Thank you, Dan. You are so right, Crystal. Yes. Like Danielle said the other night. I don't remember which night it was she said it. But don't let nobody tell you should just get over it. Your feelings are your feelings, and that's it. The thing is finding a way out of it. The thing is finding a way out of it. And whatever works for you and finding a way out of it is what works for you, is what works for you. Different things work for different people. I've had that told to me, just get over it. Tease. Like my girl Danielle said. Don't even get offended. Don't even get offended by that. Those people just don't understand. That's it. And 9 times out of 10, those people have never dealt with their issues, okay? Karen, my girl, it's Karen P in the building. How you doing, Karen? How you doing, Karen? How you doing, Karen? Karen, we have a topic this morning. If you want to tap in, you can. If not, it's just, do you believe in therapy? And if so, or if not, how do you cope and deal with life situations and traumas? It takes time to heal, and people don't understand that we all have different times. Yes, exactly. I lost some of that, and there was nothing I could do to help her. I lost some to that, and there was nothing I could do to help her. Everything I tried came off as I was making the situation worse. Oh, wow. All is well. Thank you. How are you? Karen, I'm doing well this morning. I really am. I'm doing very, very well this morning. We are on here having a healthy conversation. Everybody giving their feedback. And and I love that. Like, yeah, the topic was like, do you believe in therapy? If not, how do you deal and cope with just, with life traumas and situations that you come across in life. Hard situations that you come across in life. Did I miss Be Right said me too. And I really dislike that for UNTs. That people tell you to just get over it, actually said those words to you. I really dislike that for y'all. That's crazy, but some people will never deal with their life trauma. And I don't know what to say about that. I do believe in therapy though. I never had a therapist. I cry and pray to help cope. And at times I talk to my mom and brother about it. Okay, Karen. So if that's working for you, that's what works for you, Karen. But you do believe in it. Okay. And Q says, I'm back. Q says, I'm back. You back, Q. Q and Queen, they had some good feedback in here earlier, y'all. I don't know how far you can scroll up, but if you want to scroll up and catch everything they were saying. Like I said, it's just been a healthy conversation. Everybody deals with things different, and that's perfectly okay. Everybody don't have to go to therapy. Everybody don't have to go to therapy, but the question is, are you dealing with your stuff in some type of way, shape, or form to help you cope with things? And for somebody to tell anybody, oh, just get over it, I think that's crazy to me. But again, we give those people grace too, because they just don't understand. They just don't understand. I can't even cry no more. It's all numb to me. I just keep moving. Tease. Oh, Tease. I know, Tease. You talked a little bit about your situations in your life too, Tease. My heart goes out to you too, Tease. Tease, my heart goes out to you, Tease. It does. Coach McReen. People don't understand what it's like to lose a loved one until they are the one sitting in front row of the funeral. There are some things you just can't get over. Coach, amen. And Coach, you said that before on your platform. They will not understand till they sit in that front row of the funeral. They will not understand until they sit in that front row of the funeral as far as the grieving part. They will not understand until they sit in that front row. That's a different feeling. A different feeling. And it's not something you can just get over. You're never going to get over that. But you learn to move on with it, but you're never going to get over it. Therapy is the right medication if needed. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Y'all know live stream lips dry. Y'all seen those lips. I know y'all seen my dry lips. Hold on. Lord, stomach growling. Drink one of my yogurts. I'm not ready to eat nothing yet. Therapy is the right medication is needed because that one little pill would take all the hurt away. It's so important to cope correctly. Yes, be right. Sometimes you can't get over it. You learn how to deal. Yeah, I always say you learn how to move on with it. But for me, my grief, like my grieving never stops, right? But for me, it's still up and down. I had my days, I had my times. I had my days, like it could be days where like I'm not even gonna sit here and explain it to y'all because some of y'all really just don't understand. Some of y'all do. I just had my days where like I just want to be to myself. And again, when I had those days, I will not hop on. I won't get on live because I don't want to bring that energy here. So it's up and down. It's up and down. I'm definitely an advocate for therapy. That's right, coach. Absolutely true. Coach Mean, not get over it, but live through it. Yes, live through it. You learn to live through the pain. Yes, you learn to live through the pain, but you still have your moments at the same time because I do. You have your moments. Crystal, you over 1K subs. You are doing great, sis. So proud of your journey. Keep going. Thank you, Cams. Thank you so much, Cams. Listen, Cams, and guess what? Reaching 1K is definitely the first milestone everybody wants to do toward the path of monetization. But Cams, it was only the beginning, Cams. I still got so much work to do, and I do understand that. I'm still trying to figure out, everything that I want to do here. And I appreciate y'all for being here with me while I figure it out. Because you don't have to be here. You don't have to stay while I'm figuring it out. A lot of times I just hop on here and I just talk about whatever I want to talk about. But, sometimes now I will have a topic if I feel strongly about it on my heart. So thank y'all so much. Cams, thank you for connecting with me, not judging me, not talking about what I do here. Trying to figure out why she got 1K. Listen, let me. Woosa. Thank you, Cams. Thank you, Cams. I appreciate you so much. Yes, we have to learn to live through it. If you understand where you at, you can push to where you're going. Grief comes in waves. Yes, you said that, and Danielle just said that too on her live stream. Allow yourself to ride the wave. Yes, and that's the thing, Coach. Some people don't. Some people they cope in other ways. They think grieving is something wrong with grieving. It's nothing wrong with grieving. It's human emotions. Grieving is human emotions. Grieving is human emotions. And some people don't, they think they get scared when they feel those feelings. They get scared when they feel those feelings and think something is wrong with them. It's nothing wrong with you feeling those feelings. Some people they think something is wrong with them because they feel those feelings. There's nothing wrong with you if you feel those feelings. It's perfectly normal. It's perfectly normal. That's me, and it's even worse with the job I got. I had to live in a different world sometimes to escape. Tease, my heart goes out to you, Tease. I understand there's so many of us in that same situation. There's so many of us in that same situation, Tease, and my heart goes out to you, Tease. It really does. Yes, but you're awesome. I love your information. Keep going. Thank you, Cams. I appreciate that. I really do. The process of life. Life is not a fairy tale. The Fantasia movie, life is not a fairy tale. Baby, it's not. Life is not a fairy tale. And we realize that when we become adults. But some people deal with life even as kids, and that's harsh. But some kids deal with traumas in life, and it starts as a child. Anybody who started as a child dealing with trauma, my heart really goes out, really, really goes out. Because I can't imagine being a child going through trauma, coming into adult continuously going through trauma. The process of life is not easy. We appreciate you. Thank you, Janetta. The Bible even informs us about the challenges. It's part of the process. There is no testimony with challenge with challenges. You're right. Without challenges, I think you meant to say without, right? I talk about grief so much because so many of us have to live with it. Unfortunately, the world will have you thinking that after the funeral, everything goes back to normal. It does not. It does not go back to normal. It does not. It really doesn't. The grieving continues. The grieving will never leave. You learn to live with it, like we all have said. We just learn to live with it, but it comes back in waves. You can be perfectly fine. But when it hits you, and that's just it. You're welcome from Janetta. That's true, Coach Ming. It's all yes, Q. It's definitely all a process. That's when the funeral starts after the services. Huh? Rocking with Cowboy. Where you been at? In the background, as always. You was lurking as always, rocking with Cowboy. But thank you for being here, Cowboy. I appreciate you so much. But yes, the funeral really starts after the funeral is over. The funeral really starts after the funeral is over. The funeral really starts after the funeral is over. I'm still wondering why. Tease, can you start tapping into Danielle every night at 9:30? Tease, can you start tapping into Danielle every night at 9:30? When I tell you I'm learning from Danielle. I really am. I'm learning a lot from Danielle's lives. Danielle is, a therapist herself, and she goes live every night, Tease, talking about different topics. You can actually catch her replays. They're only about 30 minutes. Tease, I want you to start tapping into Just Danielle, if you have not already. Hey, Truck Life with EJ, how you doing this morning, Truck Life with EJ? Listen, every time I say I'm ready to get off, I'm going to get off. This for real. In the 3-hour mark, I'm going to get off. I'm at 2 hours and 42 minutes. I'm going to get off at 3-hour mark. But Truck Life with EJ, we have a topic this morning. Do you believe in therapy, Truck Life with EJ? And if or if not, how do you cope and deal with life situations and life traumas? How do you deal with life situations and life traumas? Same thing for you, rocking with Cowboy. How do you deal with life situations and life traumas if you do or do not believe in therapy? Take care, Cam. So Cam said she leaving. I had to go, y'all, at work. Thank you, Cam, for coming in. I appreciate you so much. Take care, Cam. When everyone goes back home and you're left alone to pick up the pieces. Yes, Coach. Tease be rocking with me. From Danielle. What's up, chat? From Chuck Like EJ. Grief is normal. Sad, normal. Staying sad, no. Right. You have to. But the thing is, you don't stay sad, but you can be sad again when it comes to that. Grief comes in waves. It's wavy. Like, you don't sit in it. No, you have to try to find your way out. But grieving comes in waves. Grieving comes in waves, be right. Just like staying happy, better watch that person too, something not right. Once you see wrong, and I've seen wrong, then you get a taste of right. Life makes sense. Okay, bye. Right, Reen. Yeah, Reen is at work, trying to get to work in the background. She said, okay, bye. I mean, okay, I will check out Danielle at 9. It's around, I think it's 9:30, Cams. 9:30. 9:30, y'all tap into Just Danielle every night. At 9:30, she's doing letter A through Z. Letter A through Z. Letter A through Z. Thank you all later. From Cams. Have a great day, everyone. Okay, it's Karen P. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you, girl. I watched her replays before. Oh, good. I love that, Tease. I love that. Right, it does. Be right. I'm gonna leave you my number. Leave me your number. Be right. Not in this chat. Be right. My email is in my description. Go to my email. Don't leave your number on your Oh, you sending me a Cash App. I appreciate it. Be right. Oh, Be Right. Be Right has been with me since the beginning, y'all. And I feel like this conversation, even though he's already in the process and doing it of changing his life and already has done it, Be right. Did this conversation help you today? I really feel like it did, and I'm glad it did. I'm so happy it did. But thank you for the cash app. Be right. I appreciate you. But everything is in my description. My email and my cash app is in my description. Just Danielle with the hearts. I love those pretty hearts. I think therapy can be useful, but not all therapists are good for at their job. Oh, EJ, you're right about that now. What time is everything and everything takes time. Yes, that's how you feel, EJ. No, but how do you cope with what are your coping mechanisms? EJ, what are your coping mechanisms? I lost my mom 4 years ago, and my life just ain't the same. That's why I tell people to spend time with their mom if they relate. So, Rockin', you're grieving. So you're grieving. I lost my mom in 2013, and guess what? Because let me say this. I'm trying to say this without listen. I didn't got through this conversation without crying. But let me say this real quick. I have to get it out. It's on my heart to get it out. Let me tell y'all what I deal with. Rocking with Cowboy. I definitely can relate to you. I see the image of my mom taking her last breath very often. The image is in my head very, very often. This is what I deal with all the time. I see that image in my head. So for people to tell you you need to get over a death, for people to tell you you need to get over a death is crass to me. Like, you go get some help. You go get some help. For you to tell somebody they need to get over something, you go get some help. Anybody that says that to you, if you're going through anything in life, not just grief, it could be any type of trauma that you've had in your life. For anybody to tell you that, they need help. For anybody to tell you that you need to just get over something, they need help. And this is why I said I feel like when I talk to my therapist today, I'm gonna ask her, do she think I need grief therapy, grief counseling? Maybe I need that. You know, I still see that image. She passed in 2013. That image is stuck in my head of my mom taking her last breath. The image of her last days is stuck in my head. It won't go away. It will not go away. So for anybody to, I wish somebody would tell me to just get over it. I wish somebody would tell me to just get over it. But this is why you don't talk to everybody either. I'd rather I'd rather talk to a stranger. I'd rather talk to a stranger. I'd rather talk to a stranger. I'd rather talk to a damn stranger. Because if somebody close to me tell me I need to just get over it, they would get cursed out, okay? If you don't tell me I need to just get over something, who are you? But I don't think nobody would tell me that, but that's close to me, but you just never know. Okay? Um, hell no, I ain't putting my number. I lost a wife, a brother, and a dad. Cowboy. So you know about the grieving being in waves. The grieving is in waves. Like Coach said, grieving comes in waves. It's easy for them to tell them that until they wear them shoes. Like Coach just said. I don't know if you saw what Coach said, Cowboy. I don't know if you saw what Coach said, Cowboy. Coach said people can tell you that until they in that front row of the funeral. Until you sitting in that front row of the funeral, until you're someone who has to plan a funeral when it comes to grieving, you will not understand until you are the one who has to plan it. Until you're the one who has to plan it, until you're sitting in that front seat, until in that front row. You will never understand it at all. Well, I think one of the main things that helped me is to just realize that everything happens for a reason, and to remember life can go on and everything can get better. It just takes time. Okay, EJ. Yeah, I just lost my mom. Yeah, I lost my mom 13 years ago. She was in her early 40s. Woo! Woo, child. EJ, my heart goes out to you. My condolences to EJ and Cowboy as well. Man, let me tell you, the worst thing, one of the worst things that happened to me was losing my mom, y'all. And I still deal with it. I don't give a damn how long it was ago. I still see that image in my head all the time. I see that image in my head all the time. All the damn time. It's just what it is. But I know they would want me to move on. COVID-19 was a beast. Yes, it was. It was. My condolences to all from Coach. So sorry to hear that, EJ. Condolences. So sorry for your losses. Thanks, everyone. Yes, grieving is a whole different, wow. Grieving is just a whole different thing on its own. And this is why I do think I think I need grief counseling or grief therapy. I really do. Because that overrides, for me, it overrides everything. For me, it overrides everything. Um, Currently, like I said, I still see that image. I still see that image in my head, y'all. I do. And when I talk to my therapist today, I'm gonna talk to her about that. Like, mm-hmm. Sophia, you came back again, Sophia. You left and came back. Thank you for coming back, Sophia. Chuck, like what EJ said, yeah, I feel you on that, and thank you. But yeah, I wish somebody would tell me to just get over something. You go get help. If you tell me to just get over, especially grieving my mother, you need help, sir or ma'am. You need help, sir or ma'am. You need help, sir or ma'am. But y'all, I'm getting ready to get off of here, y'all, so I can mentally prepare for my therapy session. So I can mentally prepare for my therapy session. See, we have to do things for ourselves. Let me mentally prepare because I know damn well y'all know how my emotional tail is. I probably will get crying today. With them, and that's okay. Get those tears out when you need to. But I understand what Tees was saying earlier. She be numb to it. I definitely be numb to it sometimes too. I have my numb phases. But in this moment, it feel like, I guess because I'm doing all this new stuff with YouTube and stuff, you're doing something new. And then it just be a lot. Because YouTube is a lot. For all of you that are content creators, y'all know YouTube is a lot. So maybe with all of that, you know, you can never get over it, but everyone has to find their own way to cope with it. Yes, EJ, you're absolutely right. My sister dealing with the same thing. She saw them unlock my mom. Ugh. Cowboys, prayers to your sister and her mental health. Prayers to your sister and her mental health because that's what I deal with. The image is never going to go away for your sister. The image is never going to go away for your sister. I'm telling you right now. It's never going to go away. That image is never going to go away. Peace to everyone. Thank you, Tees. Thank you for being here. I was locked up due to a family member with 100,000 restitution. Came home to nothing. Was going to them to help with the situation, and they passed away stuck with debt. You was locked up due to a family member. Oh my gosh. The situation, and they passed away stuck with that. Oh wow, Q Sims. I'm sorry that happened to you, Q. My God. So I know that was a lot for you to deal with. Woo. You just never know what people go through, y'all. You just never know what people go through. There's later, Janetta. Thank you so much for being here. I didn't want to see it. Rocking with Cowboy, and that was a good decision that you made for yourself. It was. That was a good decision that you made for yourself, and I understand it. I do. I really do. Honestly, I had no idea it was going to happen while we were sitting there. I had no idea it was going to happen while we were sitting there. I honestly didn't. Had to pick myself back up and make it happen. I know that's right, Q, and that's what we all do. We do. We all do that. We all do that. We all have to do that. Life must go on no matter what, right? When my mom passed, I took a couple of months off of work and stayed home. But what honestly helped me was my wife and kids. at the time my daughter was 4. And I know that's right. And that's wonderful if you have family right there that's with you after the funeral, because like we said, after the funeral is when it really starts to hit. After the funeral is really when it starts to hit, because up to the funeral, up to the funeral, you're planning the funeral, your family is there, friends is there. So thankfully, like with EJ, your wife and your kids was there with you on a daily. So that's a blessing. That is really a blessing. Right. That's why it's good to have these topics, because we're all done. Absolutely. Absolutely. Was your mom in the hospital? So, Cowboy, my mom was in my house at first, but the hospice nurse was coming every day. So as a nurse, you pretty much know. The nurses pretty much can see what's going on with the person. So, Lord, Cowboy, you're gonna get me crying this morning. Um, the nurse came to my house that day and said, "We need to get your mom to hospice. We need to get your mom to hospice. She might not make it. She might not make it through the night." So that day, the nurse came and they came in after the nurse called in, come pick her up. And she passed. She passed, like, I think it was it the next day? While we were sitting there, just sitting there with her. I didn't know, because I was still in. There's the denial stage. There's the denial stage. Even when when it comes to somebody that's dying in your life, or that's passing away in your life, there's a denial stage. No matter how a person passed, whether it's a situation where they're gonna pass, or if they pass away tragically or however, there's a denial stage in all entities. Because I've heard other people talk about losing people who maybe died in maybe a car crash or something like that. For me, it was me knowing that she was going to pass, and even me watching her in my house every day. I was in denial, y'all. I was in denial. It's a denial stage you go through. It's a denial stage you go through. I was in denial, so we never know what people are going through. Just be mindful when dealing with people, because you don't know their situations or how fragile they are. Queen, yes, Queen, you right. You right, Queen. Rocket, don't talk about Rocket. Cowboy, it's okay. Listen, it could be me by myself sitting here thinking about it. I'm gonna cry. That's just me. I'm at the age where the vulnerability just comes out. I'm not like I used to hold it in. My vulnerability just comes out, no matter where it's at. Hell, I could be at a carnival. I could be at a carnival somewhere having fun. And if the vulnerability is gonna come out, it's gonna come out. That's just for me, y'all. Everybody's different though. Queen, EJ speaking to Queen, my dad passed last year at home in the bed on hospice. So Q, you understand. You understand that. My grandma, and my condolences to you, Q. My condolences to you, Q, on the loss of your father. My grandma's still living at 104. My grandpa died at 100. They was wow. Woo! Shout out to your grandma, Cowboy. That is such a blessing. Oh my gosh, y'all see that? 104? Wow. If that ain't a blessing, wow. I know oh my God. That is such a blessing, Cowboy. Okay, as long as you okay talking about it. Yeah. He was talking to me a few minutes before he passed. Q, my condolences, brother. My condolences. I cannot. I can't even imagine how that feels either. I mean, as far as you being there. Were you there? Were you there or you had just left? Were you there or you had just left? But either way, my condolences. I still hear him talking throughout my day. Aren't you grateful for those last words? Aren't you grateful for those last words? I was there. Aren't you grateful for those last words, Q? Aren't you grateful? I know you're grateful for those last words. I know you're grateful for those last words. I know you are. But Lord, y'all, Lord, you just never know what people go through. She still drop. She still drives, cooks, and she never spent a night in the hospital. And I promise y'all, she only take aspirin. Cowboy, that is a blessing. She's 104 years old. She still drives. She still cooks. And she never spent a night in the hospital. Woo! I love that. Cowboy. And I bet she cut up just like you, don't she? I bet she be cutting up just like you, don't she, Cowboy? I still hear him talking to me a lot with things I deal with. Q. Woo! Q. Woo, 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 woo. And see, Q, and maybe you might be able to take that and be like, okay, he's with me. And I love that for you. As far as for me still seeing those images and the image of my mom taking her very last breath, it don't that's that's not good for me mentally at all. It's not good for me mentally at all. It's not. So I still have to deal with it. I still need help. Let's just say what it is. I still need help. I still need help. Y'all, I still need help. And I'm okay with sharing it. I still need help and I'm okay with sharing it. I really am. I really hate that Q. Yes, Q. Yeah. But we all deal with things differently too, y'all, and that's perfectly okay. That is perfectly okay. I use it to help with life experiences. And I love that, Q. I love that, Q. I love that so much for you. I do. I do. And I love that you're able to do that. I love that for you because, baby, all this stuff that be going on in my head, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Cowboy. Yeah. All right, y'all. So listen, y'all. I am past my time. I think if y'all want to head over to Queen Alchemy and King Vegans page, Vegan Kings page. Let me get it right. Vegan Kings channel. They're going live at 9 a.m. to talk about mental health and mental health and all the things, y'all. So if y'all want to check out Vegan Kings and Queen will be on live at 9 a.m., y'all. 9 a.m. Vegan Kings and Queen's Alchemy on Vegan Kings channel. If you're not already tapped in, y'all tap into Vegan Kings. Um, let's y'all head on over. I'm gonna tap in real quick before I get myself together for my therapy session. So y'all going over and tap into those wonderful people, okay, y'all? But y'all already head off here. Thank y'all for the conversation. I appreciate y'all so much. And I will be back. Y'all know this is not we don't always talk about heavy things here. It's usually we cut up and have fun. But sometimes I will talk on serious subjects. So whatever's on my mind in the moment, that's what I'm gonna talk about, y'all. But thank y'all for being here. I appreciate y'all, my CGs, my crystals, gems. Thank y'all. And I will be back momentarily. Later, y'all.